Man, a pseudo gonna die at the source. Never fails. That quick flim, flam, bloom, bloom, bloom scholarship ain't gonna work, man. Hey, look, man. What's good? What's happening? Well organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's the pseudo killers on deck. And we come to do, we got to do, and we're gonna do, we got to do, man. What's going on, Sosa? Pseudo killer official. What it do? What it do? What it do?
Yeah, man. Everything good, man. Peace of the panel, peace of the chat, man. We black with another one when you thought it wasn't gonna be no another one. That's right, man. The vaccine for the black Egyptian virus, man. We finna get these people inoculated, man. We finna help the community, bro.
Help the community, man. Miss Tiff, pseudo killer official. What's good? What it do? What it do? What it do?
Listen, I'm just here to tell y'all have a great show. I didn't realize y'all was doing the marathon thing tonight, but hey.
You know what? We be going 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. I just spread the chair back and forth. That's all.
I mean, hey, y'all do what y'all do.
Yeah, we got a good hour and a half over here, man. See who get on here, see where the conversation go. We can talk about Black America, Black, anything you want to talk about.
Okay.
Anything that's on your mind.
Let's see. We'll see how long I make it.
All right, it's all good. All right, man. Hey, Gideon Block, Pseudo Killer Army. What's good? What it do? You ain't at work, nigga. You're lying. Stop playing, Gideon. Can't hear you. Orange juice gives you energy. Can y'all hear Gideon? Nope.
No, you gotta go out, come back in.
We got 41,000 building, man. We don't start talking till we get at least 50. Y'all know what the rules is around here, man. So we just gonna go to the museum and type in Black Egypt. Get in. What's up?
You hear me now?
I can hear you now, man. So you got that mic. You ain't outside running around spraying houses down, huh?
Nah. I'm at the house chilling.
Got that money. Got your feet up. Made that money for the day.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to the museums. Maybe museums can help us out. Reggie uses museums all the time. Doesn't he?
Sure does.
He sure do. Why is he going against the museums? Why is he doing that? All right, we posting the link. Posting the link.
Yeah, Kaya will just post a link in the chat.
It's right there. Bang.
Black Egyptian virus. I'm calling it BEV2 because it's a second edition. It's a second edition. BEV2.
The pseudos, they run like roaches. They don't come around. They know because they don't got nothing. They can't get it off. See, they ain't skilled enough to get it off. Yeah.
Every time we treat it, it just mutates. You know what I'm saying? It just keep mutating and get different strands. Man.
Definitely a mutation.
Yeah.
It's definitely going there. It's like they self the death. It is, but I'm gonna get them with the early source in the game. Y'all already know that. I'm going. Bob and Reggie. Miss Bennett, pseudo killer official. I see you Z221. What it do? Human 2.0. What's good with you? What's good with you? What's good with you? Well, I'm gonna crack this thing off. I ain't gonna crack it off yet. We ain't got enough people in the building to crack it off. But I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to the museum.
Yeah, and Ron, man, hey, Ron Burgers, bro, like you a few good books from a pseudo killer. I swear, I see it. I can feel it, bro. Like two, three really good books, bro. I promise you, bro. You there?
Yeah. I appreciate your statements, but to be honest, I read a lot, and my background is I have a mechanical engineering and mathematics degree. So I'm not I don't consider myself to be pseudo or anything like that. I just try to make reasonable, rational debates and or discussions. So I never try to bring my ego into the discussion.
Yeah, I feel I don't have a mathematical engineering degree, right? But you know, but I've read a lot of books on evolutionary psychology. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So if you get into a particular field of study and you read more books on it, you become privy to more information, regardless of the degree held.
Yeah, it's clear. I mean, I mean, most of my books are technically based and stuff, but I do enjoy reading about cosmology, quantum physics, those types of things, because they align more with who I am, how I think.
Well, Rob, maybe I can speak your language, my brother, because we got similar degree paths, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say this to offend you, but you understand the principle of gradiency, right?
Yeah, I think so. Radiancy.
No, gradient.
Yeah, gradients. You're talking
Yeah,
about
I mean it's
statistical.
not like a huge theory, but you just like how things kind of fade to be something else, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like this is the argument that we're having over here is that when you deal with Africa and ethnic groups and populations, there's a certain degree of gradiency that happens worldwide due to the out of Africa experience and leaving out, and then you have backwards migrations and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
And so like when we on this in this area or this space, we're talking about black people or black, right? We use that term here in the Americas to refer solely to the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, predominantly, right? And so when you go to Africa, you have people that have darker skin due to the gradiency of them going into the interiors of like the Indo-Europeans and Southern European areas and Asia and China. Because if you look at the people who live in Egypt historically, if we look at the prehistoric times, and then you compare them to West Africans on the scale of gradiency, they will have some similarities, but they also will have similarities to Southern Europeans and Southern Asians and people in India as well.
Yeah.
But when we simply just do a comparison study of Africans in West Africa versus Europeans, now because of you removing the ideology of gradiency from the equation, you can see a lot of separation. And where we're saying is that if Africa is the most diverse continent on the world, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have those minor changes, those minor genetic differences that are gonna have those huge changes if you compare them population group to population group. But when you take a step back on a larger scale dealing with gradiency, you're not going to see those large changes when you look at a Nubian population to a Egyptian population. But if you compare that Nubian population to a West Africa population, you'll see huge phenotypical changes. And so what we're saying is that we're not those same group of people, but those people that are there in Northeast Africa are African genetically and continental based, but we're not those people. And that's the argument that we're faced against right now, dealing with the whole black problem. And
Yeah.
I think hopefully I made that make sense.
Yeah. I mean, you did make sense, and sort of that's kind of the way I think about it. Maybe not as detailed as you just brought out, but it's clear to me that as you go back in time, and I think about things in terms of mathematical probabilities and statistics. That's why I started talking about, that sort of that bell. It's not really a bell curve, I don't think. I think as you go back in time, it becomes more like a skewed distribution. Let's say if you can imagine seeing a distribution on paper, and you start from 0 and go to 10, 0 being where the starting point, where let's say you have a high probability of dark skinned blacks, and then 10 being the lighter skinned population. I'm saying the distribution will be skewed to the left towards 0, but over time that distribution starts to move more and more towards the right, towards it moves to the right. But not only does the distribution move, but also the standard deviation starts to move also. And it's hard to explain unless you can draw that distribution on paper. And that's all I'm saying. It may be similar to what you're saying, but I don't think it's exactly the same thing. And that's all I'm saying.
No, I get what you. I think I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I guess the reason why I kind of want to have a little back and forth with you is because
Googly gosh.
it's not
The
googly
course on
gosh.
Jet Black.
Yeah,
He on point. We having a breakthrough right now. We having a come to Jesus moment. And like, so what I'm saying is like, so what you're saying is completely accurate and true, but I think you're removing one factor from that equation hugely important is that we, as West and Central Africans, we're not the standard for where zero is set. We are a mutation in a later development that happened based on our physical conditions.
Oh, I agree
We're
with
not,
that.
you know
I
what I'm
agree with
saying?
that.
And so like when we're looking at us in contrast and comparison to Northeast Africans, we wouldn't necessarily share the same phenotypical features as these individuals, and we definitely wouldn't share the same genetic expression, which is your haplogroup or your expression in your DNA, because we didn't necessarily develop in those type of environments. And what we are saying is that there is strength, there's honor, there's beauty in our haplogroup, in our expression of our DNA through culture, through language, through environments, through all these different things that we have developed that are completely separate from Northeast Africa. And we want to embrace those things and uplift those things. And other people want to fuse our independent development into Northeast Africa. And that's the reason why we're having these discussions, because we actually can see the beauty, the greatness of what we had independently of just solely saying we are Egyptians because Egyptians are black.
Yeah,
Hell, the fucking
I agree with that. I mean, I agree with what you just said, Kyle. I think you made an excellent point. I think 3 or 4 hours ago, when Sister Tiffany and Brother Ankh and everybody was talking about when the Jamaican brother came on and everybody kind of beat him to a pulp. That's kind of the discussion. That's kind of the thing that you're saying now. I agree with that 1,000%. The only thing I also say though is that it's okay for us to revel in our current uh, place in history. It's okay for us to be who we are as African Americans, but there's no harm in talking about Egypt and other African cultures as well. I don't try to say that that should be our main focus or anything like that, because I tend to be more on the science side. I prefer to talk about science and technology and those types of things. However, but I understand why people talk about Egypt and as maybe one of the founding civilizations in the world, why Black people tend to focus on those things as well. I say do both. You know,
But Ron,
as
but
an,
you do
as an African
realize
American,
that
as an African American, I say my focus is here about African American history, but I can also take a semblance of pride in the Egyptian uh, history as well. I don't
we don't
say
have a
that.
problem with that. Yeah, we don't have a problem with that. But
yeah,
you do understand that if you agree or if you side with the view that the people there are a replacement group, if you're wrong, right? I'm not saying that
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
are wrong, but if you're wrong,
Hmm.
you're robbing a population of their heritage.
Yeah.
You're
I mean,
taking that
it,
from them.
yeah, I agree with you. If we're wrong, it would be wrong to do something like that, because I mean, it would be no different than somebody robbing Black people of their history. It would be no different than that, and that would be wrong and unfair. So I agree with that 1,000%. But if
But
if I look at what's happening over in Egypt today with the Zawi Hawasses and people like that who say Black people had nothing to do with Egypt, then we have to take a stance to those type of things and say,
yeah,
wait a
we
minute,
do.
you got to
Yeah,
be crazy.
we did. We are. Yeah, we do that. We do that. We
Yeah,
just think they're taking it a little too far. You agree with
right.
that?
I mean, so and then the difference in the gap, there's room for discussion. I mean, I wouldn't even want to talk to a guy like Zawi Hawass, but
yeah.
guys like Reggie and Smash and those guys, I think those guys make points that are okay for discussion. I mean,
But
it's,
Let me ask you this, Ron.
we
Have
beat the
have, have
evidence
you
up.
ever almost had a car wreck? Like, let me. This is a question. Like, have you ever almost had a car wreck and you had to swerve, and then when you got out of the accident, your car lost control and went somewhere that you didn't want it to go to?
well, yeah. I mean, that's happened before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's called overcorrecting. And what we are doing right now, it may be unconscious to a lot of people. We're overcorrecting pseudoscience, and then we're snatching the wheel too far left or too far right, and now we're making the situation worse because we are in a place or in a lane that we shouldn't be, and we're thinking that we're making a good move, but the move that we are doing is creating more and more problems because we didn't simply move back to the lane that we were supposed to be in. We snatched the wheel to the right real hard, and now we are potentially having other issues coming up in our community, and that's the issue that we have. We've overcorrected white supremacy, and now we've snatched the wheel so far that now we're imposing the idea that the entire continent is simply monolithic, but it wasn't that way. And
Yeah,
I
I
guess that
agree. That's a great analogy, and so I can see that very clearly what you're saying. But like in all overcorrections, eventually it typically comes back to the mean again. I mean, that's just nature. Everything tends to go towards the mean. So you can overcorrect, and then eventually people through presentations and platforms like this, they tend to, and as they get more education, they're just as smart as we are. They say, "Oh, wait a minute! I read this book. So now I'm going back towards the norm, towards the median, or the mean." It just takes time. It's you can't when you overcorrect, you can't just snatch the car back into the road. The thing's it's gonna roll over. So you got to gradually gain control and move back towards the middle. And I think that will happen. That will happen normally and naturally.
And the mean that correction to the mean was that that Egypt is an African civilization, and that the people and that is a African ingenuity, and those people are African, every bit as African as we are.
Well, I think nobody denies that
I'm saying, and skin color ranges. That's the mean.
Of course. I mean, for me, it's not a matter of skin color ranging. As I said before, I just think that the mean and the standard deviation was different back then than it is now. That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't say that there was no distribution, there was no standard deviation. Of course, there was. There always has to be because within the African lies all the genetic diversity. Of course, there has to be, but it had to have been different back then. It had to have been narrower and tighter. The mean and the standard deviation had to been more towards my imaginary distribution, more towards the right, more towards the left, as opposed to the right. If you can imagine what I was saying.
If that was true, then you would see it in the archaeological. We see it in DNA. There's a multidisciplinary approach that you would be able to examine this and hash and peel these things off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and the evidence doesn't support that. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, and I can appreciate that. I haven't tried to dig deep enough, but I think that people like Reggie and Smash are saying something a little bit different than what you're saying, though, right? From their investigation, they're saying that it does appear to be more skewed towards. Again, I'm using without showing you guys a picture, it's skewed more towards the left as opposed to the right.
Right, and we're pointing out the flaws in the methodology, right? We're going to the whole the Black Genesis. We're pointing out discrepancies in the archaeology. You know what I'm saying? We're showing what the experts are saying and the evidence that the experts have. So we're showing the flaws in their ideology. Yeah, we're showing that there's a confirmation bias that's driving that ideology.
Yeah, they're using simply race-based science. So like race-based science, it doesn't acknowledge ethnicities or people in groups or cultures and ethnic identities. It simply acknowledges color. And so I get the reason why they're doing that, because they're using sources from 1950s to 1940s and 1960s, stuff like that, where that was a prevalent thing. But in modern science, we don't use race-based science to identify cultures and ethnicities. We use people in groups and cultures and genetic, I guess you'd say, haplogroups to identify people in groups. And so when we bring these things up to those individuals, the argument always circles back to they Black, they got melanin, they dark skin. But it's dark-skinned people in India, it's dark-skinned Native Americans, it's dark-skinned people who populated really Europe as a whole. And so like when we use the race thing, I mean the color spectrum thing, that presents a huge argument, because now it removes the ability for diversity of culture in the African populations, and now it opens up the gateway for the infusion of the Hermetic hypothesis to overtake African populations, to say that that Egypt was the founder of all these African civilizations. It removes their individual greatness. It removes Timbuktu's individual greatness. It removes the people in Nigeria, the Yoruba people, the
sure.
people who live. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we have to designate those people in groups to a more superior group that had to have come from the Levant area, because we always see those greatnesses coming from those certain land groups, and that's what we are faced with right now as African Americans overcorrecting. We have made ourselves susceptible to the very thing, the very nature of systematic racism that we are fighting against. Now we are the participants of that racism.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate your response. I think it's very logical. Both you and Brother Sosa making very logical, points. But I don't think that Reggie and or Smash just use the race argument. I think they also try to use linguistics and things like that. At least from the few things that I've heard them try to present or that they have presented, they talk about. I remember I think Smash was talking about some special words, KNT or KM, or they were talking about what the Egyptians, I think from their understandings of the Metanetter, saying that they're calling themselves black, and then they talk about what Herodotus and some of the Greeks said about these people. So it's not just based on race, but it's difficult for me to try to. I can't. I'm not an expert to try to, or even inclined to try to argue their position. I think they can do that for themselves. I'm just saying that it's not so illogical for people to think that in ancient times that the population phenotype distribution was more towards dark African. The distribution
it wouldn't have been. You're not going to see jet black Africans in that region.
You say you're not going to see.
You're not going to see jet black Africans. That's not the region for jet black skin.
Yeah, that's
so so Egypt is
showed me that the skin
Egypt is 5,000 pre-dynastic 6,000 years ago. 6,000 years ago. They went out of Africa at 70,000 years ago. And came back in 10, 50, 40, 50,000 years ago. These people been there, coming back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So it takes, So when they reach the area, it's not like Africa was all jet black. You got a whole bunch of jet black people walking up. You can look at the Khoisan. The Khoisan aren't jet black.
Yeah. I don't think anybody
being that we once had hair. Yeah, being that we once had to shed our hair, under that hair wasn't jet black skin.
Yeah. Again, I'm not talking about jet black anything. I'm just saying that we're talking about probability, statistics, distributions. The distribution says that there's nobody that the population wasn't jet black. It says there was some distribution. I'm just saying, what was that distribution? Was it closer to being dark skin, or was it closer to be somewhat mulatto? I think it's closer to being dark skin, and then it varied. But then wouldn't
that make sense that it would range depends on what area you're in? If you're closer to more of the Levant, don't you think that the range would be a little that it could be? Wouldn't that make sense that it may be a little lighter up there, and as you go more further down, towards the lower Egypt or upper Egypt, then it would be a little bit darker. I mean, if just if we use common logic.
Can I stop you for a second, so let me say one thing, bro. I think that what your argument is kind of problematic, but I agree that Brother Ron's argument is also problematic, because you mentioned what you just mentioned, Ron, was the foundation again of racial supremacy, of racism. You mentioned mulattoes and dark black and stuff like that. Like those things that you were bringing out is the foundation of racism. And so, like, when you look at Africa, you look at, matter of fact, the people of West Africa, they range in skin color. Your skin color is simply your expression of your DNA. It does not mean what tribe you from, what ethnic group you from, because you're gonna find a variety of those things. Within my family alone, you have light skinned people and dark skinned people, and we have. I don't know anybody in my family who's mixed with a white person. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like what I can see, but we range in colors. You know what I'm saying? We range in the expression of our DNA. and that's just the ability that we have as
One
melanated
second,
individuals.
Kyle. 1 second.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Y'all having a great conversation. Y'all know I'm gonna come with the high altitude bomber, and I'm gonna show y'all what I expect out of people talking that Black Egypt shit. All right, I'm gonna show you what I say is the African civilization. I'm gonna bring qualified experts, and I'm gonna bring what the field is saying today. And I'm gonna show you how the very fact that they part their lips to say Black Egyptian is something else going on. There's something else going on. I don't know what it is. It's either the pushing the cons. I don't know what it is. But I'm going to show you what the experts in the field have to say about the Nile Valley. Y'all can continue.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Right. And in terms of range, though, I think like it didn't just start arranging during the period of Egypt, bro.
And you got
Right.
plenty of albinos over there. Plenty.
Skin color range at 50,000 years ago.
Yeah, the
You know what I'm saying?
the distribution has always been there. I'm just saying that it's just a matter of how wide or how small the distribution is. That's all I'm saying. And,
Yeah,
and where does
but
that mean fall?
and so we got to understand what Egypt was then. So like I agree with you, bro, Ron. Like so like but we got to understand what Egypt was. Egypt was a trade way, a trade path. This was the one of the first metropolitan areas that humanity has ever seen. This is where people came to do trade. They passed through. When people pass through areas, they don't necessarily just go through it. They sometimes they settle, they mingle, they mix, and so you're gonna have the widest dispersion of DNA in that area. This is the foundations of the outer Africa theory, because in the outer Africa theory, you have people coming back into the interiors of Africa. This is why you have that same population group that you find in the Levant area, which includes Egypt, in like Libya, in northern Sudan, in the southern parts of Iraq, Iran, Yemen. This is why these people share the same ethnic haplogroup, because this is where a large amount of mixing went on, and they have a similar environment that will produce a similar expression of one's DNA. Now, for us individuals, we were, what I'm saying, sub-Saharan Africans. Like the backwards migration that happened into the interiors of Africa happened, I believe it was 17,000 years ago. This is when the infusion of modern Homo sapien came and migrated and began their migration, into the western parts of Africa. Predominantly, you'll see this in the Mandinka people or the Mande people. You see this in the Yoruba populations, the Igbo populations, which is going to be E1B1 7. E1B1A7A. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see that population, which is going to be under the EV38 clave that brought forth the EV38 clave. But the EV38 clave was a manifestation of the EV, from my understanding, EV 252. So like these are things that happen through mixing the population with those indigenous A1 and B population that were indigenous to West Africa. And so we have a different mixing than those people in Northeast Africa. So, and when we say that we are those same group of individuals, it limits our story, and that's the only thing. That's the only point that I have, is that we're limiting our story of, I guess, our genetic story and our history, because we want to focus more on Northeast Africa populations, and we forget things like Iwo or Bingertown that had populations, or Knox civilizations, and the civilization in the Congo that had thriving civilizations. Or, well, I take that back. Not civilization, because we didn't necessarily have writing. That's one of the key tenets of civilization. But we had cultures that was prevalent in West and Central Africa. And for me, as a person that has zero Egyptian, lineage that I could tell in my family, as far as my genetics, I've done a few different genetic tests. I don't see why we're fighting so hard to be Egyptian, when I think we should be fighting
Yeah,
more
but
so.
that's not his fight, Kaya, though. He's
Yeah.
cool with that. He's cool with that.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
that
cool
ain't.
with that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
all
he's
this
cool
ain't
with that.
directed at him. This just a general statement.
Yeah.
This is the statement that causes the argument that we're having today, is because I think a lot of us are like, why are y'all fighting so hard for that when we don't come from that? And even though they may have melanated skin or maybe dark skinned people, why is that more important to fight for than our origins? That's my fight. That's my argument. You know what I'm saying? I digress after that.
No, I again, I think we agree on 95% of what we've been talking about for the last few hours. It's just that I can also understand why certain people embrace Egypt, and because I agree with you. I mean, there are great empires in West Africa and Mali and Songhai and all these other empires were just as great, but we never talk about those, or we talk about them in limited ways, or unless we're in the universities or things like that. It's because Egypt is a popular subject in Western culture, and that's where we are. We find ourselves in the Western culture. I'm sure maybe
Well,
if
let
you
me
were
ask you a
in
question.
Western Africa, you'd be talking about those other cultures. But
Well, let me ask you a question. Peace
sorry.
to everybody. I just want to ask you a question pertaining to what you were saying. Can you name any other African race that's claiming ancient Egypt?
Any other African race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Group of people
Not
Some
not
wild ones
Nigeria,
out there. There's some wild ones out there.
not Nigeria, but that's not me. I mean, Brother Sekou from where he's from.
Yeah,
He's
some
No, I'm
wild
from
saying
ones.
like,
Nigeria.
do you have any? No, I'm saying like, can you name any indigenous people on the continent that's claiming ancient Egypt?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
there's
there's
some
probably a
wild
lot of
ones out
people.
there, bro.
There's probably a lot
Yeah,
of people
yeah.
out there who can. I mean, I don't know
Some
any
people
of
in the
them.
Sudan. There's some wild ones out there. Yeah,
Yeah, I
they are.
mean, I don't know where you're going with that question.
No, because well, one is because when we look at it, Egypt historically, right, through mainstream media, they make it look like we don't know where the hell the ancient Egyptians went. They just lost culture. They disappeared off the earth. No one knows where they went. So to me, that's a big question because that's what Dr. Walter Williams always talked about. Really, no one was really claiming the ancient Egyptians. So it's like a culture that's left up to the vultures to get. But when you look at the interiors of Africa, you don't see no mainstream um, tribes and no one saying, "Yeah, we the descendant of the ancient Egyptians, one of the greatest group of people that ever graced the earth." So I think that's why
Yo,
people
you drinking. Is you
have a
coming on
defense.
and drinking, Kimmy? What the hell are you talking about,
Yeah,
bro?
I'm not understanding
And
all
you're
of what you're saying.
incoherent.
No, what
What
I'm
part?
saying is it's like a cloud. It's probably going over your head. I mean, I can understand that, but
Yeah,
only thing I was saying, Unc, was when we look at Egypt historically, right? I don't see any mainstream nowhere in mainstream academia where you have an indigenous people of ancient Egypt, or I mean in Africa, that's claiming to be the descendants of the ancient Egyptians. So my main thing is, where did the ancient Egyptians go? Who are they? And who today are claiming to be direct descendants of the ancient Egyptians that we can see historically?
Yeah, but that's the thing. We do have that though, bro. We have people in the Sudan that claim ancient tendencies to those people. We got people that we call in that are called Nubians that we will refer to that also have those same claims. And then we also have the people that are still in that land today that claim that as well, that have the genetic
right.
affiliations to those people. So like that gives us an inference that those people that were living there were a mixed group of individuals because again it was a metropolitan area of mixed ethnic groups. This is why we got to understand that the Nubians had a huge part to play in the manifestation of what we would call Egypt or Kemet today. But they have the same amount of influence as the Libyans did, and also the people of the Levant area in that area as well did, because
You yeah.
this was a melting pot of people. It wasn't just a monolithic people. It was an amalgamation of multiple people groups that came together to establish a society.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
understand, but what I'm saying is when we look at when you watch a documentary or anything on TV pertaining to the ancient Egyptians, right? Mainstream make it look like no one know where they went. Now we know when they bring up Nubians, when it pertains to ancient Egypt, they say that okay, these were foreign people who came into Egypt and they ruled for a particular amount of years.
No, they
But
don't say that.
yeah, yes, they do. That's what they say.
No, they say that Nubia and Egypt was contemporaries, meaning that they arose right around the same time, and there's influence going both ways from Nubia to Egypt, from Egypt to Nubia.
Right, but Nubia,
They
but at the
have
same time, when you study
shared
ancient
ideas.
Egypt, they separate the two though. When we study Egypt, they make sure they draw that line between the Nubians and the ancient Egyptians.
Yeah, they draw it along culture, draw it along the lines of culture, because you can see certain discrepancies within the culture. You know what I'm saying? But the skin range, so so that's what they're saying. So you still would see that. You still see evidence within the culture, but it's gonna be shared ideas. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. They talk about a cultural entanglement. So
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about the whole gradiency thing, bro. So like we're dealing with a huge metropolitan area that's gonna be the melting pot of three completely different societies. You got Southern Eastern European societies, you got Western Asian societies, and you have North African societies that are all meeting together in one place that was a epicenter for trade based on a location. This is a location based civilization that emerged based on the thriving of the ability to trade. You know what I'm saying? So like we got to understand the hunter gatherer civilizations versus the pastoralists. We got to understand the return or the backwards migration into the interiors of Africa. It's a multi-layered conversation that we need to have dealing with the continent of Egypt. And I personally believe that we don't have a strong enough foundation to have a lot of these conversations, and that's why it's so great that Brother Unc and the Pseudo Killers and the skeptics, you know what I'm saying, that they have these conversations, because it gives us a better understanding of these things without having just a black label on it. It's just a label of humanity that's placed on these conversations, so that we can better understand them and we can walk away at the end of the day to have a better understanding of our African history.
Yeah,
right.
I
You
agree
know
with
what? You know what? I'm about to say this quick, and I'll let you go, Ron. You know what? When Diop said the Egyptians were black, you know what the argument was, bro? What is black? What are you defining as black?
Yeah. What the
How
hell?
do we? What is the distinction between black and not? Like, where do we separate the color line? That's what he's like. That's why he was like, it's absurd, because the skin color range, you wouldn't know where black stop and black begin. If I would say the African Americans are black, and I show you a whole bunch of African Americans, you'd be like, hold on, not that nigga, that dark skin, he brown skin, and do that light skin, how all them black? It's too vague. Go ahead. I know Unc want to come with the heat. Go ahead, Unc. I'll let Ron go, and I'll chill. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, and I think Kyle is maybe saying mostly what I'm saying as well. That of course, Egypt had a confluence of people moving in and out of the area, in and out of the country. Egypt. We think about the country itself now. Egypt was probably much bigger back then. It was an empire.
Huh?
I mean, it was an empire. It wasn't just that small land.
Depends on what period.
It depends on
what time period you're talking about.
Yeah, it depends on. It reached into the Levant. I mean,
a particular time period.
Yeah, at a certain time period. So a lot of people travel in and out through what we classically call Egypt now.
Before the empires, though, even before they were empires.
Even before, you're right. Yeah. But I guess all I'm saying though is that during that time, there was mixing of people, different people. That's what people do when they end up in the same location. But my belief again is that the distribution was a lot different. It was a lot different then than it is now. Distribution of phenotypes was a lot different because I just use probability and things like that. It's just I don't say that there wasn't a range, there wasn't a distribution. I'm just saying it was more narrow. It was more moved towards my imaginary 0 point, as opposed to where it is now. I'm saying it's not the same as it is today. Today it's probably moved more to the right and it's probably wider. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that gotta be true because when you look at the walls, the people that's carved on the wall. But the people that's carved on the walls and throughout all the temples, whatever temple you want to go to, dendrite, don't matter. When you look at the carving and the paintings on the wall, it don't resemble the people in the land.
Yeah, they do. And
Well,
Yeah, they
what
do.
about the white girl? What about the
actually,
ladies that look white? What about the Egyptian? All the girls that look white.
Yeah, but then we can
That mean
also look.
Egyptian lady with white people?
well,
They're white.
we can clearly see that was a different time period.
Yeah, we can also look at how the Egyptians depicted the Nubian civilization as well. They was always depicted as being darker in skin complexion, and so that lets us know off top that it was a difference in the Nubian populations that was in Egypt than the populations that at that point in time of those drawings or those hieroglyphs that's being made, that they had a difference in their complexion. So like, what do we do with that? You know.
I mean, those are artifacts. Those are real. That's real. I'm just saying, as you go back further, though, that distribution gets smaller. That mean starts to move towards the left.
No,
Again,
you're taking it way too far to the left.
well, I'm not.
You're coming up with this imaginary scenario that's going to the left with no actual
Too
data.
far to the left. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can't just move it 9 millimeters like.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put it. I'm not trying to put it. I'm just
Africa's
saying
diverse.
Hey, ain't gonna lie, bro. You
diverse.
move that
That's
bitch
why
a
I'm saying
whole
it's a standard
football field
deviation.
to the left.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying is a standard deviation, and I think you would agree that it's different. It was different then. Let's say if you go back 3, 4, 5,000 than what it is now.
Yeah, I can say the same thing about African Americans' DNA are more diverse than they were, say, 100 years ago.
Yeah,
but
that
how
would be the perfect example.
much more diverse?
That would be the perfect example.
Not much. Not much.
Well, I don't know that without getting some type of article or some type of book, some type of research on it. I don't know that, but I can.
Boy, you funny as hell.
I don't think that it changes a whole lot, but it changes. About how much in 400 years, I don't know. But we're talking thousands of years for Egypt.
Yeah. But it's been going on, it's been going on for tens of thousands of years, back and forth. You understand? Before you get to Egypt,
more homogenous.
Before you get to Egypt, there's no agriculture, so you're talking about hunter-gatherers roaming around. So they're moving back and forth before they become nomadic and get cattle. So I'm saying, so you're not talking about a standstill population. They're all moving back and forth. They're following the animals. They're following game food. You ready up?
You tag me in, coach. Put me in the game.
Get in there. Get in there. Ferran make the phenotype tighter.
Ron, you wild. Ron, you wild. You trying. That's not working. Kemet, you wild. I want everybody to know what Kemet was saying because I want to focus on him. We know he's a dedicated pseudo-scientist. His thing is that the experts, academia ain't saying that they African and all that. They ain't glorifying that. Is that not what you said, Kemet?
Right, to a degree, yes. They're not pinpointing who exactly are their descendants. You're correct.
Got you. This the same shit everybody's saying. So my job as a pseudo killer official is to show you what academia is saying. Now, once I show you what academia is saying, I want to know why is everybody else saying what they saying. There's something deep and vicious and underlying in this whole conversation. It's something ugly at the very core of what we talked about. Has to be. Let's go. Right? Let's first start off with where it all went wrong at. And we're going to start off where it all went wrong at with an expert who was actually out of his field. And we talking about the sacred cow. Talking about Shigant Diaz. Now, of course, I wouldn't throw no mud on his career, would not talk bad about him, right? I'm never going to talk bad about a person that had a better career than I did. But I'm still working on mine. Don't fucking underestimate me. So here you go. Right here, we just come to the term Negroid. We're going to come to his name. You got before Darwin, right? Darwin was serious. Here you go, Diaz. Y'all seen this before. We're going to start right here, right? Everybody, this is Diaz. He was one of the main ones fighting at the Cairo Symposium. Afrocentrist author. He was not an Afrocentrist guy. He wasn't with the red, the black, and the green. Okay? So we can get that out of here. Shigant Diaz contrasted Negroid with Cro-Magnon in his publication arguing for Negroid primacy. Grimaldi, y'all heard the term Grimaldi, right? That's in Grimaldi, Europe.
Yeah.
Okay? In Grimaldi, Europe. Okay? Upper Paleolithic fossils found in Italy in 1901 had been classified as Negroid by Boyle and Vallis in 1927. The identification was obsolete by 1960, but was controversially revived by Diop's in his work, African Origin of Civilization in 1974. Y'all know what happened in 1974. It's the Cairo Symposium. And republished in 1989. Interesting how Diop would take an already outdated concept to fight for the Africanness of the Egyptians and the Negroidness of the Egyptians. The argument is twofold. One, that they African, that they wasn't accepting. And two, that they was black Africans, that they never acquiesced to. Never acquiesced to a faulty premise, because everything after that, you'll be wrong. Now, remember, at this time, they wasn't saying they was African, and they sure as hell weren't saying they was Negroid. They was like, come on, that's outdated. We ain't doing that, but let's hear your conversation. That's the first point. Cairo Symposium, important date, 1974. By the 1960s, the use of this term is outdated. This is important for our conversation. Racialized conversation. All right, because that's what they really have in these days, is a racialized conversation. Let's come to the Wikipedia article. Nobody likes Wikipedia. It goes right here. It says, the question of the race of the ancient Egyptians was raised historically as a product of early racial concepts. What the hell is a racial concept? Historical race concepts. Y'all need to read all this. The concept of race is a categorization of anatomically modern humans. Homo sapiens has an extensive history in Europe and in the Americas. I want y'all to understand this. It has an extensive history in Europe and America, not in Africa. It's a European and an American thing. We need to get this real straight here, because the Nile Valley Africans wasn't thinking like this groups of people was back in the ancient times. It said the contemporary word race itself is modern. So it's modern. Let's get this straight. The Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians, did not exist in the modern time. So every time we place the word black on them, you playing games, and it's an anachronism. You're using a racialized term that wouldn't have been used by them. It's something you're doing. Goes on to say, historically, it was used in the sense of nation and ethnic group during the 16th and 19th centuries. Race acquired its modern meaning in the field of physical anthropology through scientific racism. And we went through the whole scientific racism thing. What's the scientific racism, y'all? Scientific, sometimes termed biological racism, is a pseudo-scientific belief that the human species can be subdivided into biological distinct taxa called races. So every time you say the black Egyptians, you're saying that you could beat this right here. You're saying that you're putting them in a biological category that will separate them. Let's think about this. You're really talking about racial superiority right now. You're doing the same thing they did, which had them all wild. That's why I say, for the moment, for right now as it stands, I'm not trusting no Pan-African. I'm not trusting no Afrocentric. I'm not trusting no blackologist. I don't care what kind of degrees they got. I don't trust them, because they're acquiescing to the faulty premise that took these experts on a wild pseudo ride called scientific racism. And so we see ourselves doing the exact same thing. Man, my man just said, yo, you know, like they overstirring. Kyle said, yo, y'all overstirring. Y'all know overstirring can kill you, right? Well, it's killing us. So it's right here. Scientific racism started in the 19th century with the rise of modern genetics. The concept of distinct human races and the biological sense has become obsolete. So it's obsolete every time you try to do that. Okay, so we're going to get out of that. We're going to get out of scientific racism. We're going to understand what's really going on. What's going on here is we wilding out. So let's get back to this article right here. A variety of views circulated about the racial identity of the Egyptians and the source of their culture. Some scholars argued that ancient Egyptian culture was influenced by Afrocentric speakers population in North Africa, the Horn of Africa, or the Middle East, while others pointed to the influence from various Nubian groups or populations in Europe. It say in more recent times, some writers continue to challenge the mainstream view, some focusing on questioning the race of specific notable individuals, such as what the king represented in the great Sphinx of Giza, native Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun, Queen Egyptian Queen Ta, and the Greek Ptolemy Queen Cleopatra. Y'all know they had their whole fight. Mainstream scholars reject. I'm gonna say this again, y'all. Mainstream scholars reject the notion that Egypt was a white or black civilization. So since I'm not a scientist and since I'm not an anthropologist, I'm gonna go with the consensus. I'm gonna go with the experts. I'm gonna go with the mainstream. Simple as that. I'm not making nothing up. I'm gonna stay right here. And I want to see if I stay right here, can it get you the desired result I'm trying to get to prove that the Nile Valley Africans was an indigenous African civilization. Because that always was my deal 20 years ago when it wasn't even in a literature like that. Let's see if I can reach my desired result. Mainstream scholars reject the notion that Egypt was a white or black civilization, but they keep howling and screaming that shit. It say they maintain that applying, watch this, modern notions of black or white races to ancient Egyptians is anachronism. That means taking what you got right now, the way you think, the way you see it, your ideas, your words, the way you define that shit, and taking it back to 3,500 BCE is wild. That's like the camels don't come around, right, to the Roman period, but they talk about it in the biblical narrative. How, my nigga? That's an anachronism. Camels don't belong there. It's out of place. So race is out of place. Keep saying they black is out of place. So the modern notion of black or white races to the ancient Egyptians is an anachronism. This is the stop sign right here for doing that. And every time y'all do it, y'all running the stop sign of an anachronism. Chronological inconsistency in some arrangement, especially Jewish position of people, events, objects, language, terms, customs from different time periods. Yeah, y'all throwing some shit from the Americas and Europe on ancient African people. Y'all wild for that. And they got about 3 different sources for that. 3 different sources for that. Y'all can all read it. Now, in addition, scholars reject the notion explicit in the notion of a black or white Egyptian hypothesis that the ancient Egyptian was racially homogenous. Instead, it said skin color varied.
Okay.
Oh man, let's keep doing that.
Color.
Oh,
Check it out.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff in the skin color. Oh man, I didn't switch. I didn't mean to get there. Let me get back. Boy, they hit me with the skin color map. Ha! Boy, I must have been really rocking it. All right, let me get back here. Y'all see it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We almost there, y'all. In addition, scholars reject the notion implicit in the notion of a black. That's what the African Americans is doing. Every time you say that, you're going against the experts. Or white Egyptian hypothesis that ancient Egypt was racially homogenous. They saying, first of all, they weren't even racially homogenous. Instead, skin color varied between the peoples of Lower Egypt and Upper Egypt and Nubia. I want y'all to remember that statement, right? Sosa just was talking about that. And Ron, this is where the rubber starting to meet the road at, Ron. It says,
I don't disagree with that.
I know, stay with us. It say, who in various eras rose to power in ancient Egypt within Egyptian history, despite multiple foreign invasions. Here you go. This is the shit that don't nobody want to hear, y'all. Within Egyptian history, despite multiple foreign invasions, the demographics were not shifted substantially by large migrations. Now, if y'all saying this is lying, right? They making it up. right? Or y'all just don't care to hear what's going on? They keep arguing for migrationists. We hear Reggie, Smith, everybody do it. But why did it take me 2 seconds to come right here? How can I just jump right to it? Within Egyptian history, despite multiple foreign invasions, the demographics were not shifted substantially by large migrations. So what the hell? So they just lying now.
Well, I
What we
guess the
doing?
question had to be asked.
Now, hey, I heard you talk for a whole hour and I shut up. Now I'm beating you half to
I
death.
just got on.
I'm getting to your head. No, you didn't. You've been on here talking. Let's move on. Now we want to go to some museums, right? We want to go where the experts go. What are the museums saying? What is they saying? This is evidence brought by Brother Reggie. He's in New York. He brought this to my attention, right? Y'all see the search results from the Green Sahara. So let's just come right here. Spotlight. Let's see what the Brooklyn Goddamn Museum has to say about who they are. Museum Spotlight. African ancestors of Egypt and Nubia from the Green Sahara. Well, what is it talking about? Located in the museum's Egyptian gallery, this installation focuses on ancient Egypt and Nubia as African civilization. Oh, shit. See, now we're starting to hear the term come out. 20 years ago, they wasn't doing that. This is what the experts are saying. Okay? You seen the Wikipedia article. Now we moving to the museums. We talking about experts. I ain't finished yet. I'm just starting to cook with hot grease around here. The experts are saying that the Egyptians and the Nubians as an African civilization. Why would they have to say that? It's focused on ancient Egypt and Nubia as an African civilization. This is for the first time, ladies and gentlemen. It's a challenging. Look, well, who are they challenging then? Are the Black Algiers and the Afrocentrics actually challenging anything by saying Black Egypt? No. No. But the Brooklyn Museum actually is with real data. It says, look, what are they doing? Challenging. What are they challenging, y'all? The racist and colonial assumptions of early Western archaeology. They doing what y'all think y'all doing because y'all ain't really doing it. They really doing it. Y'all playing, and these people are serious, and they spending millions of dollars to bring this data to us. It said examples of pottery figurines made more than 5,000 years ago reveal a common origin of two civilizations on the African continent. Okay. Objects such as headdress and sister further demonstrate close ties between Egypt and other African cultures. They ain't saying Mediterranean cultures. They ain't saying Mesopotamian cultures. They ain't saying that. It said the display also highlights the importance of contributions of W.E. Du Bois. Y'all read some of his work. Leo Hansberry, this is one of my favorites. Leo Hansberry. Leo Hansberry talk about the word Kush, right? And how he found the word quiche in Southern Asia. Goes on to say William Leo Hansberry, he taught Black history at the first Black history course at Howard University, right? It say, and Pauline Hopkins, three of the many African American scholars. There's those great African Americans putting forth their good foot for real, right? Scholars who recognized and published on Egypt and Nubia as African civilizations during the late 19th and early 20th century, a period when the field of mainstream, there's that word again, mainstream Egyptology rejected the damn notion. So there's a couple things at play here. Now we understand that the terminology, first of all, the terminology of Black or Negroid died at 1974. Gone, out of there. But W.E. Du Bois, Williams Hansberry, and Pauline Hopkins was saying that, okay, it's an African civilization, and the mainstream Egyptology absolutely rejected that. Okay. Not no more, though. Everything that you just said, Kemet, you was wrong. Let's move on. Now we're going to move on. Brooklyn Museum, the search. Egypt. Okay. We come here. ancient Egypt? What is the museum center? I don't want to talk about the Outer Green Sahara. We know that did it. What about ancient Egypt now?
No,
That's a beautiful
right.
statue.
You proved my point.
That's a beautiful statue of
Yeah,
Imhotep III. It's a beautiful statue. 1,390 to 1,352. That's a beautiful statue right there. That African. Our collection of ancient Egypt art, one of the largest and finest in the United States, is renowned throughout the world. The galleries for this unparalleled collection have been recognized and reinstalled. Okay. The ancient Egyptians were an indigenous. See, when I say they indigenous, I heard some wild clown. I ain't even gonna say the nigga name. They ain't say they was indigenous. The ancient Egyptians were an indigenous African people. They ain't saying black people, green people. They say indigenous African people who first appeared in the southern Upper Egypt, Nile Valley, by 4,500 BCE and spread northward. We had a lot of people acting like niggas wasn't spreading northward. I heard all the conversations, but I ain't seen them do this though. I ain't seen none of them do this yet. Make them do what I'm doing. Make them go to the museums and do what I'm doing. Because I ain't doing nothing but pressing the damn button, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to figure out why they always try to put pressure on me. And I hear you talking shit, Dulcinea. And I hear the sisters over there talking shit, trying to turn into a man against a woman thing. And why I had to call her a bitch? Because she called me the police. Because she called me an agent. And I asked her nicely, don't call me that. And she did it a million more times. Now they want to make it, well, Unc only did it because we women. No, I only did it because she's pseudo is why I did it. Because she promoting wild information is why I did it. Because I told y'all, I said 8 to 80 blind, cripple, or crazy. That includes males and females. I don't got no personal beef with her. My conversation with her is she's a damn YouTuber running her damn mouth about things she has no idea what she's talking about. I ain't fighting it if I meet in real life. I ain't calling out her name. I ain't doing none of that. That's why I don't talk to pseudos no more. Because they lie, they cheat, they steal, they misrepresent words, they play these wild games, and they don't play fair. So now she hiding under the cover of being a woman. Really? Man, we in the middle of this thing here. Being a woman don't help you out. Being a gangster don't help. You can't gangster your way out of this. You can't finesse me as a woman through this. Your beauty don't help in this conversation. Your gangsterism don't help in this conversation. You acting like you're going to shoot me when you see me don't help in this conversation. You can't gang bang through this. You got the baby to show this right here. So all these people that's talking crazy, the scrambled up minds talking wild, me beating her up with this information and these loaded books ain't had nothing to do with her being a woman, but her being a downright pseudo, and y'all harboring and embedding a damn pseudo. So don't change it to something that it never was. It was always based off the fact that she's a liar. She cheating. My mother said if you lie and cheat, you'll steal, right? And she's stealing her intellectual property, and she fucking scamming, and y'all sitting over there let her scam. Human beings starting in North America. Get the hell out of here with that. Don't let me get back to what I'm doing. So the ancient Egyptians were an indigenous African people who first appeared in southern Upper Egypt in the Nile Valley about 4,000 BC. And they did what? They spread northward. I'm going to tell you how you know, because they know they were spreading because the homes and stuff was changing, right? Moving in a northern direction. And they was displacing people that was there with the way they was doing their architecture. Don't get me started. Northward to Lower Egypt, joined over 5,000 years, look at this, by other Africans from Nubia and Libya. Libyans are very light. Nubians can be dark, brown to dark, but they're still classified as Africans no matter what y'all say, as well as Semites, Persians, Greeks, and Romans. Their distinctly multicultural society produced an astonishing array of objects and structure. The shit get worse. I'm gonna turn you on some slick shit. I'm gonna come here to the Nile Valley Collective. I'm gonna look at some of their members. Miss Ashby. What's the qualifications? It says a majority of our members wish to remain anonymous. The following have opted to make their profiles public. Because the conversation is so hot pocket and the pseudos is diving out the windows. What? Egyptian language and religion, specializing in demonic and late period pharaonic religion, Nubian religion, Hathoric priestess, and Ethiopic Ge'ez Kushite royal women. Y'all not getting past her. Y'all wish y'all could get past her. Saley Ann Aston, museum and exhibit displays, museum outreach. Y'all wouldn't know how to do the job if it was staring in your face. Davies, founding organizer. Historiography, Egyptian art. Intersections of art and text. Epigraphy, archaeology. Y'all can't do nothing with her. Ms. Hurd, Deborah Hurd, archaeology, text, infographic, religion, politics, women of ancient Nubian Egypt. Y'all can't do nothing with her. Samantha Kiata, one of my favorites. Y'all know who he is. Skeletal biology, including paleontology, distance and population origins of diversity in Egypt. Y'all can't get past this man. Anna Sohert, Nilotic region, biological variation in Nile Valley, and the rest of Africa, colonization of the Near Eastern by Egypt, historic ideas about race and racial thinking. Yeah, y'all wild out. Nahisi, ancient Egyptian language, history, spiritual systems, societies, Africa, and the diaspora in ancient modern times. Stuart Thompson Smith. Y'all ain't getting past him. Y'all know who he is. David Wingrove. Archaeology, Africa, Middle East, ancient art, Neolithic societies. Well, let's see what they did. Who was the ancient Egyptians? They better say Black Africans. That's what they better say. We talking about our experts specialize in a wide range of subdisciplines within Egyptology and Nubianology. They better say Black Africans. What I'm telling y'all is make them do what I'm doing. Was ancient Egypt African? In response to recent incorrect claims about ancient Egyptians were not Africans. Nile Valley Collective presents myths and facts. Look, in Fielder's Petree's new race theory accepted by Flinders Petree's new race theory accepted by Egyptology today? No. Nor is the dynastic race theory that he and others referred to. They say the theory was refuted by Jacques D. Morgan. Now, the biography. This is what y'all need to do. Y'all need to get this stuff right here. Archaic Egypt, Walter E. Emery. Look. Cambridge. Y'all need to read this stuff, man. This is what y'all gotta read. Ain't gonna say nothing black. Why not? Let me get back over here. Let me get here so y'all can see it. Let me see if I can bring it. Hold on, let me get over here. All right. History and archaeology, skull triangles, Flynn species, race theory, biometrics. Yeah. Y'all reading stuff like this? Nope. Y'all bringing anything to the table like this? Nope. Nope. We got people playing wild videos about using wild white people talking about jungle animals. Ain't no damn jungles in the Sahara produced by aliens. Really? Let's get back over here. Samata race. There's no races. Come on, yo. This a good read right here.
Peace, brother. May I speak?
Nope. Nope. Hell no. That's who is that?
Sunchild.
Nah, you done. Definitely don't want to hear from you right now. We be on the wrong trajectory right now.
No, I'd like to read something from Diop.
I don't. I'm
tell
not.
me if you agree with it.
Hey, bro, I'm going to kick you the fuck off the panel, yo. I'm gonna be super ignorant. I'm teaching, and you bullshitting. Stop playing, yo. Pay attention to what we doing, yo. We grown men around here, yo, and grown men listen to other grown men respectfully, yo.
Yeah, well, I've been
diving
listening
in
for a
and
while.
bulldozing, but you do good. Well, you can buy. I'm teaching right now. You lying and I'm teaching. You flim flamming, bim bamming. I'm giving it straight. I'm supporting what I'm saying.
Okay, I just have a question on what you're reading now.
No, not right now. Because you're trying to play the game to get your shit off. See, and people don't know that. If you tune in for the first time, you thinking this guy is just trying to answer uncle's being wild. No, this guy is doing what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do is to get me off what I'm doing, which he absolutely is doing right now. So back to the point. Race. There is no races. And you can read this. This is a great read right here. Let me move back. Here we go. Does a Hermetic hypothesis factor into Egyptology or Nubiology? No. There's a whole selective reading underneath that. Did the people just show up all at once in the Nile Valley? No. Population groups gradually settled in the region over time. There's no single people or group of people who settled in the Nile Valley began what we refer to as the ancient Egyptian dynastic history. And they got biographies right there. Was Egyptian culture African in its origin? It says yes. Egyptian culture, as reflected in the early dynastic era, emerged from a set of cultural features that existed across a large swath of Northeast Africa. And there's all the sources for that. Do any ancient Egyptian artifacts resonate with contemporary peoples of African descent? Yes. Museum exhibits brought together examples of hair combs from various cultural groups in Africa, including ancient Egyptian. An exhibit of the Eastern headdresses examined the continued use over 5,000 years of different parts of Africa. Both exhibits continue to resonate deeply with the people of African descent. Did the Nubians simply copy Egyptian cultural traditions? No. And y'all can read that. In earliest evidence of social complexity and large-scale construction in Africa found along the Nile Valley, Egypt, and places such as Nakata? No. But the Egyptians always, man, what is this? Antagonistic towards Nubians? No. Textual artistic evidence shows that people of Nubian names and people who had themselves depicted Nubians attire lived in Egypt and married with Egyptian names. Could the Nubians live in Egypt and not be slaves to the Egyptians? Yes. Does the Egyptian word Nahisi, which refers to Nubian person, correspond to skin color, identity of black? No. The word Nahisi is related to a verb, to bite or to sting, like an insect. It refers to Nubian people because of their famed skill in archery, as the pun on on a string of their well-placed arrows. Another suggestion is that Nahisi is related to the verb implore a deity and may refer to the renown of Nubian magicians and incantations they made. Man, y'all play with that word black, man. Experts ain't dealing with that, yo. Watch. Is there a single African population or physical type? No. Many population groups in Africa exhibit a range of external phenotypes, including various different hues and skin tone, different tones of hair, from textures to different phonologies. Did the emergence of Homo sapiens evolve the entire continent of Africa? Yes. Did the emergence of Homo sapiens involve the entire continent of Africa? Yes. Fossils evidence from sites in East and South Africa have typically been regarded as the oldest evidence for Homo sapiens sapiens. Recent finds in Morocco show that the emergence of modern humans may have occurred across more than a widespread area of Africa than previously recognized. Upgrade your damn shit. Was the Sahara ever fertile area? Yes. Once people settled along the Nile in Egypt and desertification of the Sahara began, was Egypt cut off from other African populations? No. Even the desertification and forming fertile lands, people continue to traverse the desert through routes punctuated by the oases. People who lived along the Nile continually had interaction with people in Nubia, with people elsewhere in Africa. Were the ancient Egyptians African? Undeniably. So this is a research site right here. Recent research. Look, what the people in the Nile Valley Collective been writing. You got all this stuff right here you can get to, right? Right here, the Green Sahara, African Minister of Egyptian origins. You can get you all this. All this, you can read all this right here. Y'all can play the game, all the sources. You can go to the Green Sahara. It's gonna give you all the artifacts, right? Gonna talk about how the desertification occurred, right? All the artifacts, the giraffes, everything, rock art. Look, Green Sahara rock art. Where they placed that? Where they at? Green Sahara archaeology. Y'all know what this is, man. That's them fishing hooks, them harpoon hooks, right? Pottery shards, archaeology, all that. It's all in the game, y'all. Combs, everything you need to know. Everything you want to know, everything you need to know, yo. Ain't no black algae nowhere in this. So I'm just trying to figure out. I want to know what's really going on. What we really talking about? What's the game everybody playing? Why are they trying to do what they're trying to do? Make them do what I just did. Showing black. Make them do it. I'm done, man. Tired of playing with these guys, man. For views, yo.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is.
No, I want to hear.
This is what people see, right?
Where you went at? Oh, good, he ran. Bye.
You looking for Sunshine? He there.
Where you at, Sunshine? Where you at?
I'm right here, brother.
Yeah, go ahead. What you got? Now I'm done. You never how they say it when a nigga in battle mode don't dive in the middle. Now go ahead and give us your pseudo rant. Now watch what I was saying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna shut up. Let me mute out. Go ahead. Watch you do what I knew he was gonna do. Pull your out, do whatever you want to do. So I'm right here, yo. I just don't want to interrupt this man.
Okay. I'm reading from the General History of Africa, the UNESCO number 2, with where Diop wrote, and I'd like to know, because I'm having a difficult time distinguishing what you have a problem with Diop, and because I'm seeing more similarities in your beliefs with Diop than differences. So I'd like you to help me out. Can I just read a short portion and you stop me or let me know what it is that you disagree with? And it won't be long.
Go
ahead, man. We read the whole damn thing.
We done this before, this shit, ain't it?
Yeah, it won't take long. I'm only going to read for a very short while at the beginning. I promise, and then I'll ask another question if I may, and I'll be done.
No, you gotta let somebody else go. Your questions is the longest.
Okay. Well, at the beginning of the work, he talks about is it Richard Leakey or Dr. Leakey, who spoke about humanity beginning in the Great Coast, or what he calls the Mountain of the Moon. Do you agree with that?
No, all that shit is outdated. I just showed you, yo. The African origin humanity is all over Africa, yo. And I gave you 3 sites. I told you Morocco, I told you South Africa, and the Great Rift Valley, yo. Now the information has changed. But go ahead, bro. Just letting you know you're wrong. 1974 shit don't fly no more. But go ahead. Let me move out.
Hang on. So wait, I'm not sure. So you're saying humanity didn't start in one place and then spread out? You're saying, I'm not sure I understand. What do you mean there are different starting points?
So you just actually sat there and didn't hear what I read. Well, I read it, yo. I read it that it used to think that. Now they understand you can find fossils in South Africa at 260,000 years. You can find fossils in Morocco at 350,000 years, and you can find the shit that you talking about 190,000 years, all over Africa. That's South Africa, right? That's East Africa, the Rift Valley, and then in North Africa in Morocco. And I'm sure there's other sites. But so no, the one origin for humanity is not there. They're working on a multi-regional within Africa. But go ahead. So no, that whole mountain of the moon shit you're trying to pull off and end up in Egypt ain't gonna work. But I already know the trick.
Swing and a miss. All right, go for it, bro.
Okay. So do you agree that the Nubians are originated in the Mountain of the Moon, or no?
No, they originated in the Green Sahara and migrated out.
In the Green Sahara.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else you got? What else you got?
Okay. Well, the other thing, the reason that I was, I know I don't believe in evolution, and I apologize for going ape in the chat earlier about what you were talking about with the Robert Bauval and the alien.
So you believe in aliens?
No, I don't believe in aliens. But my question to you is, do you believe in aliens, Brother Al?
No.
Okay, well, my question is, as someone who believes in evolution, that life evolved.
Hold on, you said you believe in evolution or don't believe? I was confused.
He don't. And then I'll ask all
kinds I'm asking Ankh, as someone who believes in evolution, like he does, the theory of evolution.
Yeah, it's a theory. It's not a belief.
Life, okay, I understand that you believe that life could have evolved on this planet.
I don't believe it.
I'm sorry?
I do not believe it. It's data.
So you don't believe it, you know it, is that right?
The data says it. It has nothing to do with belief. The data.
I understand. I understand. I don't want to get stuff on semantics with you.
You got the theory wrong. The theory is not that life originated on Earth. The theory is that life diversified. Evolution explains why life on Earth is so connected but yet diversified. That's the theory, not the origin of life. That's abiogenesis and something else they're trying to work out. But the theory of evolution is how life on Earth, why is life on Earth so diversified but yet connected? That's the theory.
Okay. So we don't know where life came from.
No.
But we just know that it's here and it diversified.
Yes, that's what the theory you're talking about.
Right. So my question is, why is it so difficult to believe that life could have diversified as vast as the universe is, that it could have diversified and evolved somewhere else? Why is that so difficult to believe from an evolutionist point of view?
It says somewhere else. What do you mean?
What?
Somewhere else in the universe. The universe is vast. There are many planets.
Man,
why is it so difficult to believe that life could have evolved somewhere else?
I told y'all, let's get back on discussion.
Yeah, you got evidence? That's like shit. If you got evidence to support this shit, I'll examine it.
Yeah, that's different. That's a different discussion.
I'm asking because it seems as if when we talk about alien life, we rule it out.
I don't even feel bad about wilding out on
it. So you believe in aliens? So you talk about alien life. There's just no evidence for it, bro. They could be out there. We just haven't seen the evidence for it. That's all.
Yes.
And you said it could be out there, but it seems as if you're ruling it out
I'm not
as
ruling
pseudo as
I'm not
soon
ruling
as
it out.
Nobody ruled it out, bro.
someone
No,
suggests it.
nobody ruled it
But
out.
but
I'm
but
not
but
ruling it
but,
out.
but believe it or not, the theory of evolution suggests that life came out of non-living matter here on Earth, and you are suggesting that this process could not have taken place anywhere in the.
I
Why,
told you.
why
I
we
was
why we
I
trying
I
to
told you
told him
going to change
nobody
the whole
ruled it out.
conversation.
yeah,
Nobody
brother,
Didn't I
you
say
have
that? Hold on, didn't I say that?
no, yeah.
Now y'all see why I wild out on them early in the game. I got mine's off first.
But
See, you know how a person want to walk up on you and sneak you, right? And they think you ain't looking at it. Walk up on you, then everybody say, "Why you hit him?" Because the nigga was gonna hit me first.
but I do have a question.
Hit him with that trap. Hit him with that trap door.
Yeah, that
No!
trap door.
Yeah. Yo,
Don't you
Brother,
believe it?
can I say this? Can I say this?
Yeah, your turn.
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, all I was gonna say is this. I think the problem lies is this, right? When it comes to people saying black and black Egyptians, African civilizations, all these things,
Different.
we can all agree
One
that
is
when it
racial.
comes
One is
to language, all these it's human.
No, one is
We're dealing with
racialized.
human.
Yo, I made it very
Construct.
specific. I'm not listening to you. One is racialized. Yo.
No, right. But you asked the question, so I'm just saying. I think this
I
is
didn't
where
ask
people.
I didn't
Uh,
ask you a question.
I'm just saying. I mean, you was being whatchamacallit, but I'm just saying. But I think what a lot of people look at it like the people who like to label the ancient Egyptians black, right? When they
Won't
look
you
at it,
find
right?
some leisure to say it though? That's all I'm asking. Go to some experts. I gave you 10 experts.
Right.
Right? All
I'm
the
not arguing
literature,
that.
Wikipedia. I'm asking for that.
but brother, just
You
real
too,
quick.
Ron.
Right. But
Hey,
what I'm
Ron.
saying is this.
Ron, you had a
Hold on.
whole
But what
half
I'm
an
saying
hour
is this.
to go get some evidence to prove
All
what
I'm
you were
saying is
saying.
this.
This is question. It's just a question for you though, based on the information you
What I'm
just gave
saying is
us.
this, Uncle, is this, right? When most people look at the word
Don't get
Africa,
lost.
right? Automatically in their mind, they synonymously link it with black. That's why some people still make that argument.
Okay,
But
keep
I'm
it
gonna
in
let
your
the brother
mind
brother
then.
go.
Keep it in your mind then.
Because of racism,
No, bro.
Right.
when you think
Because
about
of human
Africa,
construct. No,
you
no.
think about
We're dealing with
Negroid.
human
You think about
construct.
what Negroid
No,
is,
we
bro.
did. But hold on. Did the ancient Egyptians call themselves Africans?
Nope.
What does that got to do with anything? Don't matter.
Because we're dealing with human constructs and social constructs. So that's why some people
No, we're just using
choose to use the word black, and some people choose to use the word African, and some people even have a problem with the word African because we're dealing with human constructs and social constructs. And I think that's where the problem lies at. I mean, people can go for what they want, but I'm gonna pass the mic.
Yeah, but I think you make.
They're
I
not saying
understand what
they're
you're saying.
African. We all agree that they're African. They don't
Yeah,
care about that.
yeah. Our discussion tonight was, I think, it was
African is
more in the
still
lines
a
of
human
what Brother
construct
Kyle was
synonymous
saying.
with the word black.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to make this one point. Brother
They
Kyle was
thought
talking about.
Africa was synonymous with dark skinned people, and they get to they goddamn realize it was a variety of people, and they say, "Well, damn, the light skinned people came from somewhere else."
Well, brother,
Jesus Christ!
you gave us a great resource to go back and take a look at. But what I'm gleaning from this is that you're kind of saying the same thing that we've been talking about for the last hour and a half. You're saying that African that the Egyptian population had a gradient, had different people there, and it was a gradient of phenotypes.
Different
Basically,
types
that's what
of
you're saying.
Africans and some Middle Eastern people.
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what you're saying. That's
Right.
that's not the argument. I think that, at least that's not the one I'm trying to make.
What you
It's more
trying
along
to
the
make
lines of.
then past the experts? What are you trying to do? Where's your data?
I'm not
Where's
trying to
your
go
data?
past the expert, but the
Where's your
experts
data?
don't say.
Where's your data?
What the experts don't say.
Ron, where's your data, Ron?
Well, I don't have any data because I didn't come prepared.
But I'm
Just
saying
prepare.
wrong,
I'm talking
but
about
that
your
ain't
data.
fair, bro. Like you asking us to bring,
I'm not asking you to
hey,
bring
listen,
anything.
you say,
What,
hey,
what I
look, we
didn't see.
having a
What I
picnic,
didn't see.
right? And you making us
Hold on, let
bring
me finish
macaroni and
before
cheese, collard greens,
you.
rice, bread, and you just showing up like with a plate. Like, come on, bro.
Because there was no agenda.
Sadiq,
If you
what's
put
up,
an agenda
Sadiq?
out and said this is what we're going to discuss, then I could have been prepared to talk about these
Yo,
things.
so you think I actually went to a deep study to get this shit? I actually didn't.
I mean, but you
So,
that's something
can
you were
you
thinking
tell
about.
them
You didn't.
this is
You
really
must have.
available data?
Yeah.
But you
No,
must
yo,
have.
it ain't that no more, yo. We not in the
Show you where
60s.
to go look for it.
But of course, I can go
It's
look
not
for it.
that
But
no
I'm
more,
just
yo.
asking a question that.
Yo, we
it's
don't need Dr. Ben Book, yo, to ride through this. You can go to
I'm
your
not
local
talking about Dr.
museum
Ben
now,
book.
yo. I'm just making a point, yo. Hold on, go ahead, man.
No,
So
it's just,
you get
it's
what I'm
just a
saying,
question.
right? It ain't even a fight no more. We the only ones fighting.
No, I'm not trying to fight. I'm just saying that.
I
I'm
ain't
just saying
saying
that you're. there's nobody that I'm understanding on this panel, at least, saying that there wasn't a heterogeneous population within Egypt. Nobody's saying there wasn't.
Of Africans.
Yeah, right, of Africans. Nobody's saying that.
As soon as you say black is an anachronism, and I read that on purpose. It's an anachronism. You can't use it.
But it's like, here's the reason we use it. It's like going back to
because you're anti-scientific and you racializing and you taking us back to the time before Charles Darwin.
It's for discussion. You understand? It's for discussion purposes. Like if you had a bucket of marbles, right? And some were red and some were white and some were blue. They all are marbles, right? But in order to talk about a specific type of marble, you have to talk about a red one or a blue one or a white one. That's all I'm saying. You can't get away from the phenotypes. What we're talking about.
But listen, when they say that the Egyptians were black, what do they mean?
Right. What do they mean? All on with dark, and they don't mean that.
Yeah, what do they mean, Ron?
No, they can't put that off.
They obviously mean that there was a distribution of black. There's a distribution that they mean.
What?
So the question.
We agree that there were dark skin.
Yeah.
So then we don't disagree with that. So if we agree on that, then what else are they arguing?
The question. What I think that when this discussion comes up between people who make the argument, like a brother Smash or Reggie, they talk about the predominance of one skin color over the other.
How they come up with that, yo? I know how they come up with that, yo.
Yeah, how would you prove that?
Yeah, how would you come up with that?
But they've already. I mean, brother Smash started talking about the words from the Egyptians themselves.
So now we go into the word. Hold on. How is the Egyptian gonna have words when I just told you? Why would they use the word anachronism? They were describing themselves in the Greeks. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't.
The Greeks didn't describe how the Egyptians looked.
Man, listen, man. I don't even feel like playing.
And the Egyptians didn't describe how they looked.
Listen,
man,
the Greeks didn't do nothing. One nigga looking at motherfuckers did it. That don't count. How's that count?
That don't count.
No, it's called look at shit.
And if Plato said that they're dark skinned, what does that mean to Plato? If Plato say they're dark skinned, what does that mean to Plato?
Yeah,
like, dark skinned to me and dark skinned to Plato is gonna be something different.
Right, yo.
Yeah. I mean, he was when they described them, they said they looked like certain other people within the region. They said their hair was woolly. They looked like certain other. I mean, I'm
so you think he looked at everybody, yo? Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this straight.
He didn't look
at
everybody.
Yo, if a person, hold on.
Wrong question to ask. He looked at everybody. No, he couldn't have.
Okay, so if he couldn't have looked at everybody.
Right, and then when he said if he describes
but he wouldn't have had to look at everybody though.
When he describes an Egyptian, is he talking about nationality? You know what I'm saying? Right? He's not like if I said, yo, Americans look like this. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who is he describing? He's describing a family that's been there for generations.
He described the
most prominent nationality.
He described the most
this man the whole population. Wait, dude. So if you get a person that come in and look at, say he end up at a rock concert.
Got it. I mean,
he don't know nothing about African American. He sees some black people and somebody. He's like, oh, the African Americans, and only dark skinned people happen to be there that day. Oh, hey, dark skin. They was up. And what about the rest of the pop? Are you saying that he took data and actually looked at the whole population? No, that's
I didn't say he looked at the whole. That's what you're saying. I didn't say that.
Well, for him to make that decision that all Egyptians were dark skinned, he would have had to did it.
I don't know how he came up with this description.
We know how he came up with it. He looked and seen what he's saying, yo. He didn't go the whole way.
But maybe he traveled throughout the country and said, hey, from a statistical probabilistic point of view, I see the predominant number of people looking like this.
Oh, man.
It's probabilities, it's statistics. You don't need to look at a whole population of things to make it. No, you don't. To make an inference, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
You understand statistics.
If you know how big Egypt is,
you don't need to look at the whole population to make a.
That's something you got going in 2023. You ain't had that.
What you just asked me a question and you said
I'm saying they ain't had that, yo. You giving them mathematical tools they didn't even have. I don't even think they had to study the statistics back then. You playing with me. See what I'm saying?
I'm not saying he studied statistics. I'm saying that he went from different areas and he saw predominance of people that look like a certain type. He said, "This is what the Egyptians are."
Anybody dog.
He didn't put any math to it. He didn't put any math to it. He just said, "This is what they look like." I
Well,
mean,
Diop
Hey
used
Ron,
and to say that you
what he
need to look at a
called.
whole population is just not. It's just not
Ron, can I
mathematically
ask you a
true.
question? Can I ask you a question, Ron?
Yes,
I just want
anytime.
to ask you a question real quick, Ron. Is language a human construct?
Come on, man. Like,
Language, a human
No, I
construct.
just
Yeah,
asking a question.
people speak.
Is
Yeah, people
language
speak.
a human construct?
come on,
I'm just
Don.
Yeah,
Come
asking you.
on,
Is
yeah, it
language a
is.
human construct?
Oh man, I don't
come
know
on,
what
bro.
I mean,
Darwin.
Okay, so
Darwin.
your questions
this
are.
is why we having this
Yeah,
argument.
okay.
This is why
I'll buy
this
it.
is why
I'll buy
we
you
having
say
this
yes.
argument because language
We're not
language
having
is
no argument
abstract.
right
Right?
now, yo. Y'all
Well,
playing, yo.
I'm just saying
Why are you going
about
off topic?
no, bro. This is why.
Why are you going off topic?
You
We're
off
dealing with
topic.
languages which is dealing with
Diop
abstract
used
words,
what he
When they
calls
talk about
Glober's
black,
law.
talking about a type.
Mm-mm.
Talking
Yeah,
which is
about
an
a type.
abstract word, right? It's an
but
abstract word.
Diop used
All right, go
Diop
ahead,
used
man.
what he calls Diop used what he calls
off topic.
Diop used what he calls
Stay on topic.
Glober's law. Have you all heard of Glober's law?
I mean,
Nah.
Sunchild, did,
Yo,
did
bro,
Yeah,
Diop,
you Bogus Law, boy. I
you
done
read
heard more.
Diop's, right? Did Diop's believe in evolution?
Yep, he
yes,
did.
he spoke about Dr. Leakey. That's the first thing I
So
said.
you
And he
think, so you
mentioned,
feel like, so Diop was flawed, right? Because
Right.
he believed in evolution. He was
Crazy.
flawed.
well, we're
Crazy.
not
He
talking
was
about
erroneous.
evolution. We're talking about Egypt. So
No,
those are two different subjects.
I'm asking you a personal question. So Diop was flawed because he believed in evolution, bro. He was
Well,
pseudoscientific according to you, right?
well, I may not agree with everything, but that's not what we're talking about currently. We're talking about ancient Egypt. Now, with regards to what the ancient Egyptians looked like, Diop mentioned Gloger's law. And Gloger's law, he said, is that when the original people, when they lived in the tropics, they would produce what's a black substance called eumelanin. And he mentioned that that's Gloger's law. So that's from that he says that the
Hey,
first people would have a brown.
I don't like this. I don't like the fact that he's using evolution right now. I don't like that. And he denies everything about evolution, but he's using evolution. It's the most craziest thing ever. It's like your man. It's like your man, Rizza Islam. I'm gonna go to the Wishman Common and prove that the vaccines ain't safe and effective. And the nigga go right to the CDC. The very people that chase down diseases. You wouldn't even know that there was something called coronavirus if not for the World Health Organization and the damn CDC. Mad. This man talking about the Kroger's law with the melanin production. That takes evolution, bro. What is going on here? Does anybody have anything else to say? I'm not sitting for this. Anybody?
I just don't think that. I don't think anybody was disagreeing with anything you showed about.
You know why? Because you can't. That's why.
But
you
that
can't
wasn't.
disagree. Hold on. Be honest, bro. You cannot disagree with it.
No, nobody was disagreeing with it.
I know because you can't.
The only
Well, that's why I
question
asked. That's why
is just
I
the
asked.
degree. It's just the degree of.
That's why I asked. That's why I have a confusion with what you disagree with. That's why I have a I'm not sure what you disagree with Diop about. So he says he mentions eumelanin in the production and that the original men would be brown.
But
And he says that they would have
you don't believe in
and
evolution, and you're using an evolutionary argument. That's why it's
we're
fallacious.
not discussing evolution. That is irrelevant in this discussion. That is irrelevant to this discussion. We are talking about Egypt, and we're talking about the first human.
Sunchild. Listen, skin color has a lot to do with sexual selection, how partners choose each other, right? And it has something to do with protection from the harmful UVA rays and reproduction, bro. Skin is directly correlating with your ability to reproduce, yo. Did you know that? It's evolution, bro. Like, you gotta stop this, man.
Crazy, bro.
I asked you to read a book, any damn thing, before you come up here with that Negro logic. That's Negro logic now. You don't.
Okay, may I just read something for you?
I know, but do you get what you're doing? Do you at least acknowledge, yo?
I do, and
Acknowledge.
again,
Every time you talk about skin color, you talking about allowing the organism to get protection from the sun long enough to protect the vitamins, the folic acid, the sperm, to reach the age of reproduction and have more kids. You're having an evolutionary conversation,
bro.
and then acting like it ain't no evolution. Man, stop it.
Yeah.
Try something else. Use some other words. Do something else. I'm not letting you do that. I'm not letting you do the Rizza Islam on me. Well, you know, the CDC says this. Look, it said Rizza. They agree the vaccines are safe and effective. What the hell are you doing? Come on, bro. Find another way to get that off.
Can I just read something to you and tell me what you disagree here with Diop? He says Gloger's law, which would also appear to be applicable to human beings, lays it down that warm-blooded animals evolving in a warm, humid climate will secrete a black pigment, eumelanin.
What's the word it say, yo?
Say evolving.
Did it say that? Read it again. If it said that, I'm gonna cuss
Gloger's
you out.
law.
If it say that, I'm gonna cuss you out. Let me see. It bet not. Sosa, mute me out, Sosa.
Niggas say
Well,
bro.
yes, and again, I'm not against microevolution. I'm not against evolution totally. What he's talking about here can just be seen as microevolution. There's a difference between micro and macroevolution. And again, I can set aside my issues with evolution for now just to get through this discussion about
right
Diop.
Read it again. That's
It
not
is.
read it again.
Let me read
That
it
is
again.
not macroevolution.
It certainly is. Skin production is skin color is microevolution. Let me read it again. Gloger's law, which would also appear.
The hell with Gloger's law. Where you get that from?
This is from the General History of Africa, Diop's
No.
section.
Where you get that skin color is microevolution.
Well, if you would allow me to finish, it'll explain itself.
Gloger's law. What's it called? Spell it.
Gloger's Glogers, Gloger's law.
Gloger's law. If you would allow me to finish, it might explain itself. It's not very long.
Gloger.
Gloger, Gloger.
Gloger rule. It's something you're gonna make.
Gloger's law, which would also appear to be applicable to human beings, lays it down that warm-blooded animals evolving in a warm, humid climate will secrete a black pigment, eumelanin. Hence, if humankind originated in the tropics around the latitude of the Great Lakes, he was bound to have brown pigmentation. This is Diop. He says they would have brown pigmentation. Now, he does go on to say that to call them black races, but he acknowledges that they have a brown pigmentation. So he's using black and brown synonymously. And I'll continue. Have brown pigmentation from the start, and it was by differentiation in other climates that the original stock later split into different races. And again, he's only using races here and black because these are the terms that are used in his time. In his time, these things were the usual language. So of course he's going to use those. But you can see here that he's saying that there's really only one race, just differentiated in races based on climate and color. And that's what he's saying, that they have a brown pigmentation. And at the beginning, he calls them homogeneous and negroid. So he calls them homogeneous, negroid, and that they have brown pigmentation. But he does use the word, he does say they are the black races because, and in his time, that's what we were called, the black race. So I think we're using too much semantics with the word black and the word race because that was the language of his time. Now, I'll just finish the section right there and allow you all to speak. There were only two routes available by which these early men could move out to people to other continents, namely.
Well, let me ask you a question, Sanchal. Can you detail?
He OD'd on himself. He broke the full barrier.
They say, don't believe this. And I said, Gloger's law is evolution. No, it's not evolution. Then he just read it, the shit evolves. Like, man, like, what are we doing?
Well, so can I ask you a question? Can you detail how patterns are created in animals?
Y'all funny as hell, yo.
Right, what the hell?
This man said Gloger's law.
This man detail it for me, madam. I'm trying to get down to a quiz, bro. Just go ahead, bro.
No, I just wanted to ask the question. I mean, this is one of the problems of they having with evolution is how to detail. Like they say, Darwin couldn't detail.
Yeah, that got him lying and shit.
Jesus Christ. We got better pseudos out there, man.
I know. If you start lying on this panel,
pseudos.
the black hole just get you. I didn't do it. The black hole sucked you in, and you start lying. You say something about Charles Darwin. He ain't never read a book on Charles Darwin ever.
Brother, did you know that Charles Darwin was against vaccines?
Nah.
What does that got to do with what we're talking about, bro? Like,
We're getting off
Go ahead,
topic.
yo.
We're so far
what
off
does
topic.
that got to do with what we're talking
Hold on,
about,
yo,
bro?
I know.
Y'all creating straw man arguments, bro. Like y'all getting beat up.
No, okay. Then let's go back to what we're talking about.
You know Darwin was a wife beater, right? It's like, I don't give a shit, bro. Like, I don't care.
That's okay. Then that's fine. I just wanted to remind Hank that Darwin was against vaccines, and that's the fact, and you can research it.
Yo, they was just starting. Yo.
In fact, Google Darwin vaccines now, and you'll be surprised.
I might have been against it then back then, yo. You funny, yo. You don't say Darwin. Okay. So if Darwin was against vaccine, then what? Did that mean he messed up evolution? What?
No, you'd be surprised at the reasons he was against the vaccines. And another issue that you should have regarding this discussion is with
today. Don't just cross over that.
Yeah, give us one reason. Give us one reason.
There was one reason why he was against vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was against vaccines because he felt that vaccination would allow the weaker of the species to survive. And he said that was not good for the species. We should allow the weaker of the species to die. That's what he said. If you want to look it up, it's written either in the Descent of Man or the Origin of Species. Google Darwin vaccines, and that comment will pop up. He was against vaccines because he says that the weaker of the species, we should allow them to die.
Good job.
Now you want to have another. So you want to change the argument what we're talking about, and you want to talk about Darwin and his ideas.
Well, going along with what we're talking about with regard to races, we wouldn't be discussing races if it wasn't for Darwin. He's the one, perhaps the first person who talked about human races.
Man, we already went through this, bro.
But I think you guys are saying that he didn't mention races in reference to humans in the Origin of Species. But he dedicated a whole book, The Descent of Man, to humans, and then he spoke about the human races, and that whole book was dedicated to that.
Like you done shift the nature of the conversation somewhere else. First you was on Glover's law, then you went from Glover's law to why Darwin didn't agree with vaccination.
Okay, and then I went to why Darwin is, since we're talking about the races and we shouldn't use races, that we also have Darwin to thank for that. But let's go back, if you want to, we can go back to Egypt. And let me just ask Ankh if I can read just one sentence and ask him if he agrees with Diop on this. Here's a sentence. There were only two routes available by which these early men could move out to people other continents, namely the Sahara and the Nile Valley. It is the latter region which will be discussed here. And he goes on further to discuss how those people from the Great Coast went into the Nile Valley and how they went in and peopled ancient Egypt. And you mentioned the Sahara, the green.
I think it's just his voice, yo.
We need better pseudos, bro. We need a better grade of pseudo.
Oh man.
Yeah, and for the record, scientists even talk about now how a lot of these diseases evolution would have already cleared away. But because we've gotten so good with medicine that we allowed it to just perpetuate. So that's not really that good.
Oh man.
It's what it is, bro.
Wow. Sunchild, what the hell do you be talking about, man? I don't understand.
Well, I'm asking you, these brown pigmented people that Diop is talking about, do you agree that these people are brown pigmented people who went up into Egypt?
We already agreed to that, bro.
Everybody
We
say
already
that.
agreed to that, bro. There's no fight. That's
Okay,
not
good. So that's why I'm saying I'm kind of puzzled because it seems as if Brother Ankh has more in agreement with Diop than disagreements. That's why
No,
I'm kind of puzzled why he beats up on Diop so much.
When we point out where we agree, where we disagree, it's clear.
yeah, it's clear. Y'all
Well,
agree.
it seems as if you're disagreeing on semantics with the word black and that he uses the word race. And this just seems as semantic differences and really inconsequential. I'm not sure if I'm what is the real
meant
issue.
that the Egyptians were black, meaning that they were dark in complexion, so they reigned, and we apologize, bro.
Yeah, he ain't even say they rain. He said they was all black, homogenous.
Where did he? Homogeneous does not mean they are the same tone. It just means that they are the same people, as opposed to being from different places. Where the opposition was saying they were a mixed population from either Europe or Asia.
No, he was wrong.
No, he was not wrong because you agree with him. You said they are all Africans, and that's what he's saying, and that's what he means by homogeneous. Not that they all wear the same skin tone.
All right, man. Here we go. Let's play this.
That's not Diop.
Yeah, it's an expert.
I hope it ain't. I hope it ain't.
Through acculturation, through exposure to people who have views about color. I like, and this is one of the illustrations from my kids' book, I like to talk about the conditions that existed for much of the time in ancient Egypt, as people lived along the extent of the Nile, from areas right on the Mediterranean here with moderate levels of UV to areas here in the tip of the Red Sea, close to the tip of the Red Sea in northern Sudan, with very, very high levels of ultraviolet radiation. So along the upper and the lower Nile, we see this tremendous gradient of UV radiation and this tremendous gradient of skin color among the various peoples and pharaohs of dynastic and pre-dynastic Egypt. People living along the Nile traded with one another regularly. They saw the difference in skin color. They depicted it in art, in sarcophaguses and other murals along the Nile. But color did not distinguish one group from another in terms of anything but the bare color. There was no value associated with color. For us living in the United States right now, it's almost unfathomable to think that there was a time in human history, and in fact, most of human history, when we affixed no value to skin color. There were no connotations of skin color. But in fact, that is the case. Humans are very, very good at discriminating according to language and dress and, perceived barbarity. But for most of human history, those boundaries were not drawn on the basis of skin color.
I'm not listening to y'all. I'm listening to the expert.
Well, that's fine, Aunt, but all those
be quiet, man. That's Tina Jabowski, man. She's an expert. She created a scientific theory on skin color.
And I do not disagree with anything she just said. And I do not disagree with
anybody got anything else to say? I'm listening to the experts. I'm listening to a person that created a scientific theory on skin
there should be a cherry on top.
Right.
That's everything we talked about right there.
Right.
Yeah, the sister was exactly right.
Right, we talk about range. We talk about, you know what I'm saying. If you maybe the people in the lower part of Egypt would be, you can see more of a radiation going towards one direction. It showed everything she showed us right there. All the shit we've been talking about right there.
Children's book. Children's book. Though, hold on, did y'all get that? It was the children's
book. That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
It's a children's book. Come on, man. Stop it. What you gonna say, Ron? Come on, Ron.
Yeah, it's interesting what she showed. You've shown that many times before.
Ain't nobody. It finally hit you a little different tonight, though, didn't? I bet you it did. It hit you a little bit different.
Yeah, but I guess my only point though is that when she's talking, what point? what point in time? Yeah, she's an expert. What point in time is she talking about, and how does she gather the data? I mean, how does she know that there were lighter skinned people?
Do you think that lady gonna run her career just to trick you?
No, I'm not saying she's trying to trick me, but I'm just interested. I'm curious about that. I can look it up myself.
She explained it. She explained it based off. She talked about the UV rays.
Yeah, and UVA.
Yeah, we can look at
based on the cloud down.
UVB data.
We
I'm
can
sure
look
they didn't
at
have UVB data 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, did they?
No,
the data. What I think
now you just winging it.
Winging it now.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that they didn't have that data 3,000 years ago. You know that.
We can clearly see that the ancient people looked at people by what nature.
Hold on for a minute, my dom. So you think they can't tell that the sun was shining 3,000 years ago, yo?
Yeah, but they don't know what the UV intensity was. How would they know?
Do.
How would they know?
You don't think they know the oxygen level, yo?
What equipment? What equipment?
1 million. I'm gonna show you. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something slick.
UVB.
Because it's the damn sun, bro. It ain't like this shit is goddamn moving around like totally like they know what's going on with the sun, bro.
But they don't have no way they could have collected data 3,000 years ago.
Okay, well we need to know what if that's true, Ron. We need to throw the whole shit out, bro.
You're saying
the whole shit is
no way, Ron.
I'm saying that her data is based off of recent UVB data collection.
No. If it was based off recent shit, she would not be able to say that, bro.
It's not.
Right.
She's talking about early migration periods, bro.
What I'm just asking about 2023. How did she collect it?
She just made it up.
She's looked at the sun.
Ron, why don't you just? It'd be better if you.
I'll look it up myself.
It'd be better if you get the book and then it tells you.
That's what I'm saying. I'll look it up myself.
Don't look it up. Get the book.
I know I will, but you guys don't know. You guys obviously don't know. That's why
I'm telling you what it is. But you
tell me how they got it, and if you know.
Ron, first of all,
those were all shades of brown. Those were all shades of brown.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's disagreeing with that. But I'm just saying, you guys don't know. You guys don't know. You saying you know, but you don't know.
Come on, yo. You know I can pull that paper, man, and show you the data, man. I got the book skin color, yo.
I know you do.
You're having a bad night, Ron. You're having a bad night.
You want me to tell you, Ron? Hey, Ron.
I don't believe it. I have a bad night.
Hey, Ron, let me ask you a question, Ron.
Yes.
Can they tell when the slave trade happened?
Can they tell when the slave trade happened?
Yeah. Do they know when the slave trade happened?
Well, you mean talking about for this country?
Yeah. How about the Persian War?
Of course.
We're not talking about the Bantu expansion.
We're not talking about that though.
Yeah, we're talking about people moving.
We're talking about gathering UVB data.
I'm going to tell you something. So, what you think? The sun just totally? What you think? You think the sun, right, just stopped being the equator? You think the equator stopped being the equator, yo? When did the equator stop being the equator, yo? I'm asking, when did South Africa stop being where it was at right now?
But it's not just.
Hold on, listen to what I'm saying, bro. I want you to know. I want you to know something, bro. I want you to understand that the Earth is 4.1 billion years old, yo.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, you can type into your little computer, say, "What's the weather on such and such day?" A day. And then I want you to also know, right, that I can pull up on my daggone screen, yo, the oxygen level at a certain time. How could I do that? Because they got fossil plants and they can tell they got giant insects, my nigga. And they only can exist in an environment with high levels of oxygen, bro. This shit you don't know. And yeah, they can tell how the sun, they know where the Earth is going around the sun, bro. And the trajectory of it, yo. And they know how the sun actually hits that. That's how they know the tilt wobble. How they know the damn month. You know they can track the monsoon rains. And let me tell you how. Let me help you out, bro. Check this out. They can actually take a tube, put it in the ocean, right? And when they pull that tube up, they're gonna have green, brown, green, brown, green, brown. You know what it's gonna represent? That's gonna represent when it desertified. The brown, the tube, right? The dirt is going to be brown when it's a desert, and then it's going to be green when it's not. So they can actually count and measure when it switches back and forth. Oh, they can basically give you the average temperature. You know what I mean, bro? Of deserts across the board.
Like, how do they know the Sahara wasn't?
All
How do they know the Sahara wasn't always a desert? How do they know?
How they know that?
Just making shit up.
They just making up. Ron.
What are they using to say that?
Yeah, Ron. Really, Ron? Are you serious,
Yeah.
Ron? You can't be serious right now. You think that lady came up with a scientific theory, bro?
It's crazy.
I'm just again. I'm asking you guys. The
I
question.
just told you.
How
I
do you
gave
know?
you the answer.
You didn't give me the answer.
I did. I said you
gave
can
me
measure
examples.
the
You gave
Sahara
me
changing.
examples. Give me examples. You give me the answer.
They used the NASA satellite system to measure the UVA rays. That's what they did.
Of today.
No, they can put. Boy,
man, you can take information, bro, and you can reverse engineer it, bro. They can rewind the clock backward, bro, based on measurements, bro.
I know, yo.
So, come on, man.
Well, I'll get the book and I'll look it up myself because it's clear that you guys don't know.
Okay, you won, bro. You won.
No, I'm not trying to win. This is the point.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I don't think
you're absolutely right, man. So you know they do. You know how she came because she went to the actual spots, yo, and actually measured the indigenous tribes there, yo. And they know how long the indigenous tribe was in that damn area, brother man. And they know when they migrated out, brother man. You know that though, right? You know they was on the ground talking to indigenous people, how long they've been in this area and all that. They did all that, bro. And they came up with a basic approximate of what their skin tones would have been based off of their proximity to the equator, bro. Right? So as long as you've been living, the goddamn average temperature where you live then ain't changed that much, yo. Like, you can't be serious right now, yo. You know they got ice ages, yo. How the fuck do they measure the temperature of an ice age, bro? How they do it? How they know it was an ice age, bro? How they know when water start to freeze, bro? So if you know when water start to freeze, you can pretty much figure out when you see how they know ice sheets was on the ground. Let me tell y'all something. How they know that? Because you'll find a big ass boulder that's way over there. You see this line and that big, you see boulders moving. You be like, how the fuck did the boulder get from there to there? They found these ripples in the ground and they found these boulders. They was like, why the hell these don't even belong here? Where these boulders come from? The damn ice sheets move, and they move boulders when they move and expand. That's how they know it was ice sheets there, moving ice sheets. That's how they know it's called geology, bro. Meteorology, yo. They measure temperatures and average ranges of temperatures from the Sahara in ancient times, Stone Age time. They figured it out, bro. It's called the It's called the Peterson, not the Peterson, but hold on. Let me give you the fucking map. Damn it, man. God damn it.
Man, on the news they do this year, back in 1965, the temperature for so. It's 3 degrees higher than it was back then. We expect it.
I think what Ron is saying is that what Ron is saying is that if a million dark Nubians was to move to the Americas, right? In 1,000 years or 2,000 years or a million years, they're not going to be dark. I mean, they're not going to be lighter. I think this is what Ron is trying to convey. Is, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Okay, if you had 1 million Nubians, right, move to North America, right, over a period of time, I don't think Ron can say, Ron is basically saying they're not going to get lighter. They're going to stay the same complexion.
If the environment stays close, they're not going to look like the same Nubians over there because the environmental conditions are different. Now, if they're close in some of the areas where the Native Americans were in that particular region, then yeah, they will be able to maintain.
Okay, so you think if a million dark Nubians move to America, right?
Don't think, bro. This is something we already know. Something we already know.
All right.
Yeah,
so you think
go from black to white, from white back to black?
I'll look it up myself because it's clear that nobody knows how they gathered this data. Because in my mind, from a technical perspective, what is that difference between the UVB intensity from where she showed the extremely dark hands to the light hands? Is it really big, or is just a 1 or 2% difference? And is that enough to really cause a type of gradation in skin tone that you guys believe?
Yo, it's called the theory. Yo, she put up an actual theory on why humans have skin color. Yo,
let me ask you, and Ron, you think that the question that you asked wasn't what other scientists asked before they,
well,
before
maybe,
they got to
maybe.
us?
That's why I'm asking you guys.
No,
She didn't bring it out in her presentation. She didn't bring that out.
Look the lady up, yo. She has a
That's
theory.
what I'm saying.
She has
Yeah.
a scientific
Maybe
paper.
she did.
Do you want the scientific paper?
Yeah, of course. I think we all do.
No, I said, do you want to read her scientific paper?
Yeah.
Go on a journal.
No.
It's called the Köppen temperature map, yo.
The Köppen.
Yeah, yo. K-O, hold on. K-O-P-P-E-N. Köppen.
Okay.
Got a whole range of shit. Hold on.
Yeah, y'all fighting just to fight at this point.
I know. It ran out of all kind of bullets. You doing anything instead of name calling. He do better than that. Just say anything. If you don't know it, then she couldn't have made it do it. She just made it up. Damn. The Köppen temperature map. Hold on. I just told you, yo. These. Different codes, Mediterranean climate. Hold on. Damn.
Yeah, man. It's wild.
Yeah,
I fought all night, bro. I've been fighting 2 hours of fight.
Yeah, the Köppen-Geiger climate classification map. The world map, Koger.
Hey, Ron, next time we got at least bring some green beans to the picnic or something, bro. Now we just preparing all the meals, bro. Bring some lemonade at least so we can see where you come from with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you just showing up with a plate, my nigga. That shit ain't even fair, bro.
He's saying any damn thing.
Slaving over this hot stove.
And nigga don't know they know when ice ages occur. It's crazy. Ice age is based off of temperature, yo. Temperature fluctuation and changes. 1 to 2 degrees can cause an ice age, yo. How they know? Hey, so you know, we sit what we say, yo, we sit around and watch shit like this all the time. This should be the most amazing shit ever. You be like, damn, nigga, how did they go to Yellowstone Park? Yo, as a geologist went to Yellowstone Park, yo, and he was looking at they was trying to figure out, you know, like the whole how the fuck the rocks get over there. They be like, these rocks don't even belong here. You know how I got there? And he was looking at the ripples. And it's just crazy. They was like, oh shit. The ice sheets is moving. They ain't know that, like, it gotta be moving. That's crazy. Then it was like a valley created. It was like, why is it like? And they realized it ended up being a geological flood. Man, you watch that shit, that should be crazy, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy, yo. Yeah, he wouldn't even Ron's smart enough to look at that type shit like we do. I'm mad at you, Ron. Yeah, you're a good book away from just saying, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
Ain't no lie with that, yo.
Yeah, it's
now one day you just gonna sit
conversations are
down.
interesting for me too.
I know one day you're gonna sit down, you're gonna read something, it's gonna rock your whole world, yo. Watch.
Because he's not even providing evidence against. He's saying, well, what if? What if possibly? I mean, how do we know that? Those are good questions, but you can just find out if you just get into, you know what I mean? Get into the books.
You know, it's clear from my side. You guys are very astute in terms of scientific literacy. I mean, so I respect that. I just say that sometimes there can be pushback without necessarily being pseudo, and that's my position.
But the pushback is pseudo. You act like the lady can come up with a theory without asking those, without clearly answering those questions.
I'm not implying that she's pseudo at all. I'm just saying I would like to know, because it's not clear to me from a technical perspective
how she could do
how she gathered data
over
3,000 or 4,000 5,000 years ago, and saying that this is the way it was.
She ain't going back 3,000-4,000. It's 200, 500, 2,500 BCE, yo.
Yeah.
The average skin color indigenous skin color. I think it's
That's
2,000.
4,500.
20, yeah, I think it's 2500. I think it's
Yeah, something like
2500.
that. Yep. Yeah, that's it.
4,500 years.
It's an approximate too. But then, but you can look at the UVA ray. They can measure it right now, yo. The Earth ain't changed that much in
Well, nothing
2000. You
measured
think the
now.
Earth stopped? What you think? You basically saying that the temperature range, the UVA rays that's hitting on the equator ain't the same amount. Yo, you think the sun got closer? What you trying to say?
No,
What you think?
I'm trying to say that you have to have some type of you have modern data, right? Because we're here.
No, you make it. Yeah,
And
you're making them a fundamental
the temperature.
mistake.
We know the temperature, and we know all this other stuff up to a certain period of time. But beyond that, we don't know what it was.
Yeah. You making
We're
a fundamental
guesstimating.
mistake. They do know how hot it normally is on the equator, yo. That's the average temperature, yo. It's
I'm
not
saying-
going to change
I'm
on the
saying no.
equator. You know that though, right? I mean, you do get that though, right?
Yeah, but we're not talking about the equator. We're talking about
Yeah,
north of the equator.
we talking about once you know.
Talking about north of the equator.
No, once you know the amount of UVA rays hitting the equator, and then you know the amount of UVA ray. Once you measure that, it's always been that, yo. You know, it's like a constant. Planet Earth has a range, yo, of temperatures when you even in the ice age, there's a range of temperatures. You know, like Earth don't it don't do that, yo.
No.
It takes thousands of years to go in and out of ice ages.
But we're talking thousands of years, though.
No, we're not.
We're
talking 2,500 BCE to now.
That's thousands of years.
That's only 2,000 years, 4,000 years.
Thousands of years.
Yeah, and they can measure the average, the UVA rays. It don't change. Yo, you think all of a sudden, it's always look, the Earth, the North Pole and the South Pole. Yo, are you serious, yo? Dude, they measure the tilt wobble and the temperature fluctuates. Like, I mean, look.
So, you're saying they're the same people with different shades of brown, right? Based on the climate, right?
We already agree with that, Sunchild. We agree, bro.
Okay, I just wanted to make that clear. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You definitely won that one, bro. You killed it.
Okay. And again, I would say that it seems to me that Ankh has more in common with Diop than disagreements.
Hey.
Yeah, good work, bro.
And perhaps you all do.
Amazing job, Sunchild. Amazing job, bro.
Yeah, you killed it, bro.
I mean,
I know
I
you
don't
was
even
gonna
know
get
how
us
you
one
did
day.
it, bro.
I knew you was gonna get us one day. Man. You finally got us, bro.
I don't know how you was at.
We should have quit. We was up. We should quit.
I know we was up 1,000. He came in with the last one. Hey, you agree with Diobs?
Yeah. Okay. Well, now that that's out the way, I'm not sure if you're going to discuss this further.
There you go.
But really, I'm still a bit flabbergasted at the idea that you believe that life could have evolved from the non-life here on Earth, but that as vast as the universe is, you totally rule out the fact that life could have evolved elsewhere in the universe. It's as if alien life is pseudo to you.
I'm not doing that.
This is just puzzling.
No one said nothing about that, yo. No one said nothing
bro.
about
We
that.
keep saying that.
Nobody said that.
Well, that is the impression
Hey, Ron, where you at, Ron? Hold on for a minute.
about Robert Duvall talking about aliens in Egypt and the pyramids. You make it seem as if it is so
yo, I know you hear me talking right now. Yo. I know you hear me talking right now.
So you believe that the Egyptians came in contact with extraterrestrials? That is plausible.
Here you go, Ron. I'm gonna give you all.
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm saying you guys rule it out as a possibility.
That's a lie, yo. You're lying. You're lying now.
Am I? So you believe,
it's more probable that there's life in the universe than not, bro.
Okay, so you believe alien life is a possibility.
Yes,
thank you.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. Thank you.
We've been saying that.
We've been saying that. Why are you talking in monotone?
Then why is Boval such a pseudo for suggesting that alien life may have come here? Why is that so
we don't
pseudo?
have any evidence for alien life. We don't got no evidence for alien life on Earth, bro. Simple, bro. When the
what evidence does Boval provide to say that?
You show me. You're making an argument.
What he is using is the evidence that he is seeing.
You tell me, bro.
Well, What he was
freeze
Show
out,
me
using.
what's
freeze
the
out
alien
for me.
artifact. Show me an alien artifact.
Yeah,
bro.
freeze out for me.
Hey,
Hey,
go
Ron,
get
where
the
you at,
alien
Ron?
artifact.
Ron,
Yeah, I'm
can you
here.
see the screen?
Yeah, I'm here. I can't read it, but I can see them on my
All right,
my phone.
Department, Penn State,
Mm-hmm.
Department of Anthropology.
Right.
All right,
Let me know when I can speak.
Nina Nebraska, no problem. You Bogart anyway. Here you go. Here's all her scientific peer-reviewed journal articles. Look. This is all her shit. Look, she doing it. She ain't playing, yo. She has an actual scientific theory. Let me find the one that you could read. Real simple. Let me see. I guess you would do. Damn. We was also in contact with her too, but she ain't want it. Earliest giant panda false thumb suggestion. Oh man, she got all kinds of shit. Hold on. Let me get you the skin part. Let me see. Do she got one of her social effect touch primates? Okay, skin color and race. Social effect. It's probably going for you. Future.
Hey, what's up? Was that some pseudo she had up there about them giants right there? You know, I saw that Nina Jablowski. I saw her lecture she did when she was bringing out that skin map, the one that you be using from time to time. And goes, but what was that first that you passed by about the giants? Was that pseudo right there?
No, she was talking about pandas, giant pandas, yo. Not no.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, giant people was pseudo.
Okay.
He was saying that.
All right.
You ain't finna do that, my brother. Nah, Valley. You ain't finna do that to me.
Hey Ron, I put all that in the back, yo. You can go right there and kill yourself, yo.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll
You
do
got
that.
it?
Yeah.
You can
Get
take it
that and
down
go
with this.
through all the articles, yo, man, and come back and say, y'all niggas is powerful.
Or you're gonna beat her up, bro, and write that song to the paper and just overturn that shit, bro.
You do what a song and they overturn the experts.
And let me just say this: it is not that I believe in alien life. I don't. All I'm saying is, if you believe in evolution, you cannot rule it out. It is hypocritical to rule it out if you believe in
Already
evolution.
said that but that it could be possible life out there, bro. We already agreed. But you know what I'm saying? Now we've been, you know what I'm saying? It could be 50 light years away. We don't know, bro. Who knows? 100. I'm saying, who knows? Bro? But as far as them being on Earth, we don't have any evidence to suggest that happened.
Right, the same way you don't have any evidence it is out there, so you can't call it pseudo neither way. You know what I'm saying?
What evidence does Bavard provide? Why does he say it could be aliens? Why does anyone say it could be aliens?
Why don't you find out and make the argument for Bavard?
Well, I'm not making an argument for Bavard. I'm asking what is his evidence?
He's not making it based on evolution. That's not why he's doing it.
Alien.
No, he's not.
Alien is a social construct, brother.
I'm sorry?
Man, Madonna, you've been drinking, man.
Alien is a social construct? Is that what you said?
Alien is a social construct.
Madonna, you've been drinking.
Yeah, alien is a social construct.
You know what else is a social construct?
Oh man.
You know what else is a social construct?
What's that?
Marriage is a social construct. Age is a social construct. Gender is a social construct. Science is a social construct. History is a social construct. All these things are social constructs. What do you think you're proving when you say something is a social construct? I hear this all the time. Race.
And me putting your ass off this panel is a social construct. I've
Yeah,
constructed
man.
your
Come
ass off
on,
the
man.
panel. You ran out of your time, yo, and you're done. I'm not listening to that shit. They say any goddamn thing.
Don't pop up. Hey, look, it's all subjective, my brother. It's all subjective.
Yeah, down wild too. All on wild. Y'all crazy.
Words ain't really words.
What up, OG? What's up, baby?
What it do? What you been up to, man?
Now, Valley.
Well, we had 2.5 hours, man. Did we get the likes up in the video? What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? Let me push the
What you
button.
been doing, man? What you
Chilling.
been
Hold
up
on. We're
to?
gonna take a cash app break. We're gonna take a like up break. Hit the likes, man. Get the videos going, man. Man, go ahead and like and subscribe to the Pseudo Killas, man. We're having a powerful show. That's Sunday. What we talking about? Sosa?
We're dealing with the brain.
Dopamine in the brain.
In the brain. So we're gonna do we're just gonna start right there. And we're gonna touch on a little bit of neuroplasticity and what it means.
Okay.
How that shit
Dang.
works.
Yeah, they got some interesting conversations coming through on Sunday, man. Y'all gotta make sure you check it out, man. Get them likes up, man. Hey, man, hit them cash apps too where y'all at it, man. I see you, Cedric, man. Pseudo Killas,
man. Imagine Sunchild and a free
Hey,
will conversation.
you know what I think you should do one on?
No, this is a cash app break. Cash app break. We've been rocking. Hit the cash app, man.
Hey.
Show some love, man. We've been rocking over here talking. We did 4 shows, kept y'all busy tonight, so y'all ain't had to go pseudo surfing.
That nigga crazy.
Yeah, I mean, pseudo
you definitely save some minds tonight.
Yeah,
definitely
save
save
some minds tonight, man.
Yeah.
Tired of that shit, man. Hit some,
Definitely save some
I mean, so get the likes up on the video, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. We need to get over 3,000 subscribers, man. Come on, stop playing, man. The content is powerful, man. Stop playing. Hit the cash app, man. Get the energy going, yo. We ain't playing, right? We done put together 4 good shows today. From 5 o'clock, yo, we've been rocking to now, yo. Show some love.
And the Discord going crazy shit.
And the Discord going hard. We giving y'all plenty of a plethora of information. We learned a couple new words. AMIO. Remember that word? That was crazy from Smash Show. AMIO. Niggas say that. Money more or something. Oh man. Yeah, we didn't have fun around. All right, okay. Somebody showed some love doing the cash.
Man, we reading books, man, doing research, man, all type of shit going on.
Alexander, man, you always come through on the clutch. He saved y'all, man. If not for Mr. Torres Show and Brass, we'd have been shut this motherfucker off. This motherfucker run off gas. Got to put the gas. This don't run for nothing. Information, books, the whole 9 yards. Yep, I got a whole collection of German books. I do. Yeah, straight from Germany. Y'all want to see the back? Yeah, straight from Germany. Reading in them. Niggas talking about the cows. I go to the horse's mouth.
What ain't English?
Hell no. Some of it ain't part of it in English, some of it in German. Look.
Okay.
I think sometimes they be thinking we just be winging this shit.
Did he?
So you come on the brain. So you're gonna do something on the brain and realize that there's a creator. That's what's gonna happen, brother. When you brain. So be prepared.
Brain does not prove what this thing called. I'm not even gonna go down that road.
I'm just helping you out.
Look into the brain to find out if God exists. That's not my purpose. Into the brain. So if that's there, that's cool. But I ain't gonna find it because I ain't looking for him. I ain't looking for him there, bro.
It's gonna reveal itself. You don't have to, but I'm just giving you the heads up.
Let me ask you something, big homie, the other brother. Do you think consciousness is a product of the brain, or does it exist independent of the physical brain?
You asking me?
Consciousness emerges, but consciousness emerges from the brain.
Is the emergent property of the brain?
Mm-hmm.
Where you get that from?
Everywhere.
That's what's up.
Now Valley Ebert. Now Valley Ebert.
Big screen,
Now, can you see it? Look, that's in German.
Oh yeah, I see you rocking and rolling.
That's in German.
Oh yeah, you got some heat over there.
Got the English parts too.
Oh yeah, you definitely got some heat over there.
Yeah, nigga, we ain't
I know you. I see. I know you always got some
I ain't
heat
sitting
over
around doing the regular shit like Gabriel's doing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you been doing that shit though. A lot of people just getting familiar with you doing it. You've been doing that type of shit.
Halfway cooked. Look, y'all want to talk about the cattle, nigga? I want to go to the debate in the early Holocene African cattle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right? I'm gonna go to.
Oh yeah.
Yo, serious work.
Oh, you definitely got some work over there.
Really, y'all talking crazy, yo. Ain't nobody using black but y'all.
Oh yeah, you got timelines and everything.
Y'all tripping.
Oh yeah, you got good work. Good work.
Making sure I'm winning, yo. This ain't no cheap page. You see that gloss on these pages, yo. You see the sheen on the pages, yo. That way the oil ain't messing up the wood. When you run your finger, the oil ain't. This is the expensive shit. Look,
Right.
different types of pages there. What y'all talking about, yo? Y'all,
Oh yeah, I see you.
They using pseudos, yo, and I'm going to the work that the pseudos is trying to pseudorize. Get out of here, yo. Stop it. Stop it.
Pseudo-rise. That nigga coming up with some shit every day.
Hey, dude, yo, niggas showing you shit from the green Sahara. I'm whipping out the real shit. The whole thing. Just the whole thing.
Yeah. Big boy shit.
That's look how big this book is.
Yeah, that's big boy shit.
Look, this the whole shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, anybody try to lie, they get you. Oh, the Egyptians, they lying, you're lying, nigga.
Hey, greatest hits my ass. I ain't never heard him.
No. Just look, anybody want to play? Look, see that? The Holocene occupation.
Oh yeah.
Look. Yeah, I don't talk shit. You can come.
Yeah, you be hitting on with that shit.
Look, these are different sites everybody talking about. Look, there you go. Napta. Look, early cattle. Look. Final, earliest. Yeah.
So you got a whole timeline in there.
Yeah, yo. Wadi Howe. You ain't never heard of Wadi Howe. HOW. Where? All right. That's all the way down to now. Middle, late 8,000, early 8,000 BCE. We can tell cattle, sheep.
Oh yeah.
Napta, they got the cattle right there. See it? I don't know if y'all can see it. That's the cattle right there for Napta.
Yeah, they're going to a lot of domestication.
All that shit right here. You can get the timelines on it. Look at the top. Look at up
here.
here.
Yeah, you know, I think it's still an open debate whether it was domesticated. I think that debate is still going
right
on.
here.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey, debate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's like if you want to know about Egypt and everything, man, you gotta get into that. You gotta get into that type of study, bro.
Yeah, you gotta get into that study, man.
You gotta be all over that field, bro. You gotta be on that ground, man. Studying the ground, and you gotta be everywhere with it.
Yeah.
You can't
That's
be playing.
damn cool.
If you can't look at a glyph and look at what Plato said, but you gotta take.
Oh yeah, he's out of
deeper than that, bro. Deeper than that.
You say look at Plato and holler out Plato. Hey Ron. Look, here at that same map. Look, see, that's one of the maps. Look, see, here are the different regions. Look, all right. So I got the scientific. This is the scientific journal. Look, y'all. See, and then I break out the actual archaeological survey of it, right? And we do some cross referencing, right? Yeah, that's that's series right here. Radiocarbon dates of early mid-Holocene occupation of sites in Eastern Sahara. That's what I'm doing.
Hey, what do you had a problem with environmental pressures being a factor in phenol and genotype?
Nah, he don't understand that. You went way over his head. I'm just trying to show them how they can look back and look at when the desert changed. You see the desert, you can see the desertification here. The different sites. Graves. Look, graves. Heath, y'all know what a heath is, right? That's fire. Where they cooking food from Orion outposts. You see the bones, right? And just look on the chart, yo. Yep. Early graves. Look, the earliest graves is down here. Great Sand Sea. Y'all ain't never heard of the Great Sand Sea. Abu Bala's region. Nubia. Central Sudan. Yep. Time range focus dates. Earliest proof of cattle. Man, 10,000 BCE. Look at them time periods. Anyway, man, this is what we doing. You want to add something, Sosa? I don't know why they don't understand. They do that shit on purpose, though.
I don't know what else to say. I think we done said everything that can be said.
Look, let me ask a question.
Look, he want to know what happened, where the people was. Y'all see them dots? I've been beating people up for these. Just the dots.
Matriculating? Come on, man.
Matriculating. Remember that?
They don't know about the matriculating conversation, man. Come on,
that was
bro.
a hell of a one. I was telling him.
Let me ask you a question, Sosa. Sosa. How is a desert?
Everybody looking, hold on,
oh, my bad.
8,500 BCE.
That nigga uncle, hold on, nigga.
Yeah, they got archaeological sites. And red dots represent archaeological sites. where this population is at 8,500 BCE. Y'all see the red dots, right? They have not found any archaeological sites anywhere on them now, but down in here and right there. Look, that's that bend in the Nile, right? Look, look, boom, 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 look. All down in here, look, that's what heavy populations. Then see how they spread out when they get green again, right? Pay close attention to down here, that red dot down there in Khartoum.
Yeah, what
Right.
you looking at the fertile Sahara and the dry Sahara and the lush Sahara?
We're looking at Egypt at different time
Yep.
frames, A, B, C, D. We're looking down
Yep.
here, population down in Khartoum, they stay
Right.
down there and they fan out. But these people stay on the river. So I'm saying it's an introvert, but the whole article is a banging ass read, though. The shit is banging. Yeah, early Holocene, 8,500. So to Bivol, we ain't reading no Bivol nothing. He ain't producing this data right here, yo. He ain't doing nothing with this.
What are you talking about, Rapper Bavard?
Yep, pseudo.
Oh, Rapper Bavard,
Man,
the pyramids and talk about they was pointing to Orion and all this shit.
Yeah. They faked them out. Yeah, everybody going, yo. You made a whole.
That what you showing right there actually supports the Book of Mormons. That's crazy.
The what?
No, I'm finna do that Book of Mormon. I ain't gonna do
That article, the information you showing, how she broke down how over time things changed on the continent of Africa. That's what the Book of Mormon says when it talks about how Egypt was established.
Oh man.
Yeah.
See, you can do this when you pay money. See, you can do this when you pay money. Journal. See, I pay money to click it and go all the way and look. Archaeological survey against, ladies and gentlemen. See, you just gotta pay money. Ain't no free. Look, I can look at this shit. That's a microlith. All these is microliths. See? Blade technology. Look, straight blade technology. Artifacts. Paleolithic artifacts. Look. I bet y'all couldn't make, if y'all life depended on it, y'all couldn't do this nipping, right? Y'all couldn't do this. Your life depended on it. Take you a couple hundred years to figure that out. So this is a great read. Prehistory of the Egyptian Sahara. See? Upper Algorian to the Old Kingdom.
Yeah, that's my lane. I've been teaching about prehistory at the Nile Valley for a long time. I've been doing it for a long time.
So what are you using? Is they using topography to do that, or they just digging?
Everything, nigga. They using everything, yo. Jill Gabert.
Yeah, they use a little bit of every discipline when they dealing with that information.
They probably using LiDAR. I know they probably using LiDAR as well.
Except the Book of Mormon. They're not using it.
Except the Book of Mormon.
I just wanted to throw that in there to start some shit, man. You know what I mean? But no, according to the Book of Mormon, when that land of Egypt was discovered, it was underwater.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
We don't take your word for it, bro. We ain't finna go there.
Yeah, we ain't going there. I believe you.
Hell, what the Book of Mormon say? What science say about it?
Yo said the Book of Mormon say they was underwater. The hell with all these dates, these approximate dates.
What does the science? What does the data say? Hell with the Book of Mormon. What did the data say?
Well, the data says that the data says that when the land of Egypt was found by one of the daughters of Ham, the land was underwater, and she had to cultivate it. And if you look at the data,
what scientific data is using the daughter of Ham? That's biblical. What scientific data is using the daughter of Ham as a focal point for any type of thesis or anything? Where we get that from?
Well, according to the Book of Mormon, when you read the Pearl of Great Price, it shows you that these people
I might as well go read the Owaspy, man. I'm about to mute my mic.
These people were agriculturally. These people were
Big up to David Johnson, man. He sent the cash chat. Big up to David Johnson, man. Big up to you, brother.
Yeah, the people were inclined when it came to agriculture. That's what it shows.
No, I'm talking about data, scientific data. I'm talking about tangible evidence. I'm not talking about according to somebody's imagination in the Book of Mormons, or we talking about the daughter of Ham and all this. That's a whole different paradigm. I'm talking about what does the scientific data? You got any articles, any research papers, any scientific data that goes into this? Because I've never known anybody to use that as a focal point. The daughter of Ham, a biblical character, to that wouldn't even get that'll get thrown out. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't even get it wouldn't even get past
This
peer
is what
review.
archaeology do.
It
Right.
won't
You
get
know,
past
like,
peer
okay,
review.
just like, hold on, brother. Let me say this. All right, just like a lot of the names in the Bible, a lot of the lands that was named in the Bible, right? Everybody discarded them as fables until a lot of these lands were starting to be found. Cause every time someone reign or a king come in and
Yeah, whenever niggas start lying, yo, the black hole just get them.
Techno babble, Uncle. Straight techno.
Stop babbling, yo. What's that word? Babble.
Techno babble, man.
Techno babble, yo.
Man, that nigga out of control, man.
No hands, yo. I ain't doing, yo. I got the.
I'm a Bible believer, but I just don't conflate the two, man. Like you gotta be dealing with some science. If we talk about science, come on now, man.
No hands, ladies and gentlemen. No hands.
Trapdoor policy, man. Trapdoor policy.
Niggas start lying, he died for a minute. Yo, get out of here, yo.
I call it the condor policy. Let's call it condor policy, man. Condor policy, man.
No, what do you say, yo? I'm sitting back and talking about the something, the what?
The borders of Ham and all this.
Ham. I was a
I'm
ham.
like, what research paper you filed to talk about the daughters of Ham?
The population, the flood was out.
Right. So,
he said,
when we look at someone, hold on now, Valley. Now, someone brought up Cush and Kish, right? So, what do Cush and Kish? Where do we find these words from, bro?
Man, we don't care. What are y'all? Hold on. What are y'all trying to discuss here? What do you think you're about to do on the Super
You showed how the lady was saying how the land changed. The land changed over time, and
you trying to trick the Gucci.
Man, I just said
the book.
He trying to trick the Gucci. He trying to trick the Gucci.
I'm using secondary. I'm using secondary.
You joy little bugger. You joy little bugger.
Support ancient documents. That's all that is, and that's what science do every day.
Well, I would like to see some type of research article or some type of peer review work on that. I shut my mouth.
Well, it's out there. It's all over YouTube. Just type it in.
YouTube. You got to be kidding me.
It's out there. Go look.
You have people, certified professors, and all this teach about different things, man.
Well, can we just get a site, a paper, or anything? I don't want to watch a whole YouTube videos. As you know what I'm saying? As source material, I want a site so I can go and look at this information for myself. I don't want to have to watch a YouTube video. Can you give me any data?
The main point I'm bringing out is how science is starting to support a lot of historical ancient documents. That's all. That's my main point.
Oh, we knew that, like the Hittites. They didn't believe the Hittites existed until we already know stuff like that. Until they actually found
no, we don't.
The Hittites.
New things get revealed every day. We don't know all.
Give me some, baby. Let me work with me. Give me something to work with. Give me something to work with.
Go ahead. You got
it. Me now. Don't work against me. Work with me now, baby.
Yeah, man. Kimmy, now look at his name is wild. Both y'all wild with the names though. Nile Valley Hebrew and Kemetic Hebrew. What the hell is wrong with y'all, man? What the hell is going on? You got Madon Kemet here, Hebrew. Then you got Nile Valley Hebrew. What the hell?
I had my name before YouTube. I had my name before YouTube.
Who the hell?
I don't know I had my name for 20 years.
Madon Kemet, that shit don't even make no sense, yo. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Madan is Arabic. Madan is Arabic for sunshine or light. Just like in Ramadan, you got Ramadan. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Then
God.
Kemet just means, but Kemet
Oh
just means
God.
land. So I'm the light of the land. You feel me? That's all it is. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing more, ain't no
This
ancient
nigga need to
magic,
be stopped right
ritual.
now, man. He gotta be stopped.
Nah.
You gotta be stopped, bro.
Nah,
Right
it's a
now. You
rap.
got to be stopped.
I mean,
That
it's
nigga,
all. It's for the rap.
that nigga said Madam like a rock, Madam.
Yeah, Madan is Arabic. Madan is actually Arabic for
Big up
sunshine
top
or light.
level trucker,
Last
yo.
time I
You know
heard of
what I mean?
Madon, I was watching The Godfather, my dude.
All right, we trying to meet your number here. We've been rocking. Where we at? $30 away from our goal. We got Madame Kemet lying about some name. Don't nobody know what the hell that name mean. Arabic, light, goddess. What the hell is going on, man? Y'all gotta stop that, man. Let me give a shout out.
That's what happened to YouTube. Think about it, man.
We gonna get
Everybody, all right,
$30.
that's the powerful. That's the power of the
That
content
nigga
community,
said,
right?
think
Think
about
how many
it.
people? Hold on. Think how many
Top
names?
level. Hold
Think
on,
how
man.
many people have created
Let me
names?
give things to
Such
top
a,
level. Man. Hold on.
all right.
I want to appreciate you, top level. Good looking out, yo. Man. We $30 away from our shared goal for the evening. We're gonna get there. We're gonna let me see. What conversation y'all want to hear? Let me know in the chat. What y'all want to hear? Y'all want to hear the Nile Valley Hebrew? He gonna make some shit up. Everything is Nile Valley. I don't know how you do it. Hold on. We're gonna start with Madon Kemet. Your name mean what? We're gonna do that. What do it mean?
Oh, that's gonna
Madon
guarantee.
means
That's gonna guarantee to get the shit rolling.
sunshine. Madon means
Sunshine.
sunlight or
Sunlight of the black.
Madon means Kemet just means land. So I'm the light of the land. You know what I mean? That's all. That's why when I come on, I bring that light.
Told you Kemet means land. Where do you get that from? You just made that up. I like to hear Unc say, Unc, you just made that up.
I've been saying the same thing for over 20 years. But that's actually what I mean. But a lot of people, thanks to the conscious community, allow people like you now, Valley, to come up with your name. So look at how many names has came out since the inception of the community. That's about Gideon Block. You know what I'm saying? PK Sosa. Come on, let's get it.
You know my name. You know my other name is Joshua Libyan now, right?
No what?
Joshua Libyan now. Joshua Libyan now, the Nile Valley Hebrew.
Yeah, and there was the conscious community that sparked that light. Spark that light.
Hold on, light of the land. Nile Valley Hebrew. Explain your name, yo.
Wait a minute, light of the land.
Yo.
Joshua Libyan now.
All right, we got G Lacan. Hey G Lacan, where you been at? What's up?
What it do? What it do?
You coming at the wrong time. You know I beat the shit out the whole black thing. Smooth. Used all experts. Nobody used that term.
Man.
I'm just saying, G Lacan. It should be as easy as I did it, G Lacan. I showed where using that term is an anachronism, that the Egyptians didn't have none of that shit. I did everything. It was prolific, yo. I did it in about half an hour.
Damn, I gotta rewind. I just got off work. You know
Did
what I'm
you?
saying?
Should have been listening, yo. You've been hyped up. I'd have had you. A couple pseudos died on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right now we got the now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
What?
But I wanted to ask, going back to the pyramids, Baval, and going back to Baval, and why we would think that why there are mysteries surrounding the pyramids, and why anyone would suggest that perhaps aliens built them. Not that I believe it, just discussing it. Do you guys know of any of the reasons that Baval gave?
No.
Yes or no?
He didn't say alien built the damn pyramids.
I know one of the reasons.
You don't want to read it.
No, because he said he smoked moon rock. And then he smoked some moon rock.
No, you missed the whole show. Come on, let me say this.
Where did the aliens argument come from?
Hold on for a minute, son, child. A.G. Lacan. You was on Smash Show today, right?
Yes, sir.
When he played Bivol and them, right?
I was still working, but I was in and out. Yeah.
But the Black Genesis, the book Black Genesis.
Okay.
Right?
I heard of it. Yeah.
You know that's a pseudo book though, right?
Yeah, he talked about he used NASA's footage and all this.
Now Valley Hebrew and walking them somewhere.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
You know that's pseudo, right?
Okay.
Right? And you know they played it and used it as information for not to apply it today. You know that, right? You know they fucked up, right? You know they fucked up.
Just to bring the brother up to speed. Just to bring the brother up to speed on
crazy, man.
Just to bring the brother up to speed on, does Bivol suggest that the pyramids have aliens have anything to do with the pyramids? Does Bivol suggest that?
No, he said, "No, I'm gonna read it for you. I'm gonna go right to it. I'm gonna go to the horse's mouth."
He said it was a black land. He said black people.
All right, here we're gonna go ahead. Look.
So I'm kind of confused. Where does the alien? Where did the aliens come in?
Hold on, who's that? Goddamn. Hold on, who's that? Michael Jackson?
That's Michael Jackson.
That's Michael Jackson now.
Michael Jackson. You think the ball was correct?
Yeah. He ain't seen the show yet.
I think it came from Thomas Brophy. Brophy was the guy that talked about the. At least that's what it was from Thomas Brophy.
He's the one who said the stars.
He says the African civilization.
But he said that they also 17,000 years ago had some type of contact with extraterrestrials. That's what Art showed about Thomas Brophy. It wasn't Robert Bivol.
Oh, Bob Bivol came up with his own fake ass thing. Remember, he came up with the whole wild shit.
I'm just saying, the brother asked where the extraterrestrial came from. It was from Thomas Brophy.
I think G, you gotta mute your mic. Somebody echoing real bad.
Did the Orion correlation theory have anything to do with aliens? Did the Orion correlation theory have anything to do with aliens?
Who was that making all that noise? Sunchild, what are you talking about, Sunchild?
Did Bivol's Orion correlation theory with the pyramids, did he say that had anything to do with aliens?
No, he said it lined up with the pyramid.
Where did the aliens come in with Bivol?
Hold on for a minute. What you say?
Do you still believe in the pyramids line up to the Orion belt?
Hell no,
No, I didn't say
that's not pseudo, nigga.
Hey, Sunshine, hit me. Sunshine, hit me.
Hey, all y'all echoing. Everybody echoing.
All right, go ahead. Now, Valley.
Michael Jackson.
Go ahead, Michael Jackson.
No, what I was saying is your favorite what is it called? Life science? What's that called? They did an article on that. What's life science? Is that life science?
Live science?
Life science. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What did it say?
They did an article on that about how they believe it was it had something to do with Orion belt, the ancient Egyptian, and they for real, they did an article on that.
Put it up. Let's read it.
Hold on.
Any nigga who say life science ain't familiar with science. Not the site, not the man, I'm cool though. Whatever he got to show, man. That nigga said, what is that? Life science? Like,
put it in the back.
No, you don't read. Any nigga know what live science is. Live science not even a credible source though, bro.
I'll use that shit.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's science, nigga.
You gotta parse through that.
You gotta apologize, nigga.
No, I ain't gotta apologize for nothing. You hear scientists that say they don't deal with life science. With some, you gotta parse through it though. You just gotta parse.
Man,
that's all.
Who am I talking to? Hebrew who?
Yeah.
The Hebrew
put it
pseudo.
in the back. Put it in the back. You put it in the back,
yo. Hebrew pseudo.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
You know, make me go to the Journal of Nature on you, boy. Get that out of here. I don't even feel like it tonight.
Where did I put that shit at?
Look at you, misreading it. Look at
you. Beating me up, man. God.
Michael Jackson, yo, he holds on to the black hypothesis. Was met with ferocious.
Live science. I said live science. It's live science. Hold on.
All right, what to say? Put it in the back. You got it?
Now I'm working on.
Oh man, y'all funny. Egypt was the black land.
So can we get to the bottom of what Baval mentioned as far as aliens? If not the pyramids, what was he talking about in reference
He was
to
talking
aliens?
about extraterrestrial life, not little green man. Extraterrestrial
In reference to what?
In reference to them being taught by some type of having some type of knowledge and foresight from something outside of this or outside of this earthly plane. That's
knowledge and foresight to build the pyramids?
No, not to build them, to align them in the pseudo Orion belt.
Right. And there are also mysteries. There are mysteries, if you all would agree, regarding the construction of the pyramids themselves. They are still a mystery to us. And they are saying that there are mathematical formulas within the pyramid that we still haven't figured out. Is that correct?
Who said that?
It was blacks and Mexicans that built the pyramid.
Hey, how you do that? How you put it up there?
Put it in the back.
Are we having a serious conversation, or are we just going to joke around?
But listen, brother.
It has nothing to do.
All you gotta do is hold copy and then just paste it in the back chat, bro.
I'm looking at it.
Copy the link and just paste it in the back chat.
Somebody said
it'll pop up. Hey, but no, brother, I believe that extraterrestrial, what we call other life forms, exist. I do believe that.
Okay. All right.
Nah, man, those people scientifically gifted. That's what it was.
It say private chat. You don't see it?
Yeah, I got it.
Just a question for Brother Sunshine. Why are you saying that it's? Why are you saying that there's this? Are you saying this was done by indigenous Egyptians? The pyramids were built by indigenous Egyptians, not by extraterrestrials, but somehow they had some special mathematics or sciences to do this. This is what you're saying, I think, right? Or implying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, this is a question for Brother Sunshine.
No, I'm asking in reference to Baval. Is he saying that aliens gave them the knowledge to build the pyramid?
That brother echoing. Can somebody mute?
No, what Ankh showed us was Thomas Brophy. They talked about the extraterrestrial. I never saw where he said anything about Robert Baval and extraterrestrials.
Was written by both of them, Baval and Brophy. So
but
I'm asking
the information that Ankh showed us was about Brophy, though.
Black Genesis is written by them both, right?
Oh, I understand that, but I'm saying that
as a matter of fact, in that video that Smash showed, was the bald head guy, was that Baval?
That was Brophy from what I saw.
Hey, bro, that
No, I don't believe that was Baval. That was another guy.
I don't think that was Baval either.
No.
Ron got an
Hey, Ron, you must have your YouTube on or something. Yeah, well, once you mute out the echo stuff, I think it's your YouTube or something. Yeah, mute your YouTube.
Yeah, y'all be messing it up. Let me see. All right. What you talking about right here? Real live science. The fall equinox halfway between the summer solstice when it said about 4,500 years ago, Egyptian pharaoh Khufu had the pyramid of Giza constructed the largest 3 pyramids. What you saying? It said the Great Pyramid Khufu aligned the great monuments, the cardinal points of accuracy, better than 4 minutes arc. Degree Glenn Desch, engineer, studies of Giza pyramids. Located the Red Pyramid. Okay. along with the high degree of accuracy, line where all three pyramids exhibit the same matter of error. They rotated slightly clockwise cardinal points. For over a century, researchers have proposed three methods using Egyptian to align the pyramids along three cardinal points with such accuracy. And this paper just demonstrates how this ain't no Orion's belt. What you talking about? Michael Jackson.
I think that nigga moonwalked right up out of here after he pasted that.
Damn, he pasted that shit and ran.
That's a good one.
Egyptians could have determined the day of the fall equinox. Some sources that did the Egyptians actually use it?
My fault. Can you hear me?
Yeah, this ain't got nothing to do with no daggone none of the shit you say, yo. Orion's belt. Boy, you wow.
Something going on with them things because they ain't no tunes. I don't know about no Orion's belt, but something going on because they ain't no tunes.
The fall equinox.
Yeah, okay, I made a mistake.
Stop it.
I give up, man. Y'all got me with this shit.
Line up with my house. I mean, yeah, around the bell of Orion, line up with my house as well.
So what's going on?
Yeah, I'm looking at it, Michael Jackson. But tell you about the sources, bro.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
Death by source.
Death by source. Another one died. We need a bell or something in this motherfucker. As soon as they die with the source, you're dead.
Man.
Oh man, good try.
But
yeah,
you could have got that off on Smash.
Hey, you need that one shit off Mortal Kombat where it say fatality.
You gotta play the Twilight Zone music. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guaranteed too. That's some love right there. Appreciate you, bro. We easing closer. $28 away. Oh my goodness. We're gonna keep beating them drums. Y'all know what it is. All right, where we at now? We done beat up the
you never believe in that before?
Nah, that's something different. That ain't. I used to think that the alignment of Orion's belt. Remember that?
That's what I was saying.
That ain't that right there, yo.
No, that's not that. I'm just saying you used to believe.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
So what make you stop believing that?
Science.
Yeah, cause my house lined up with Orion's belt. I mean,
y'all told me early enough, nigga. I done told you pyramids was 10,500, yo. And they line up with Orion's belt. Right or wrong, yo. Right or wrong, Sosa. Shit.
Huh?
But they had called us early enough here in the game. You didn't know. I'd have had you convinced that this shit was lined up with the pyramids. Look, see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Actually, I thought that shit was true probably maybe 3-4 years ago, bro. Like I never looked into it. Shit sounded good.
Yeah,
I didn't care enough to deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it so much when you did Asian Alien, all these different shows and shit. You know what I mean? I never backtracked. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, they got us, yo. Hey, Michael Jackson, stick around long, you gonna get got. Don't stick around here too long now. You stick around too long, everybody gonna start sounding like this. Womp, 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 womp. You go over there and hit them pseudos, you be like, oh man. Trust me, yo. I know how it go. The more you learn, the more you apply your education to the situation, yo. Yeah.
But you I hear what you're saying, but
yo, I'm trying to tell you, yo, shit is rough with pseudoisms all around.
Yeah, let me so you gonna hold on. So you gonna stick to Egypt being an African civilization, but you ain't going to
no ranging in skin color, different skin color.
Your skin color,
go with that. Yeah. Different skin color ranges from dark to light all day. Not outside light skin niggas neither. Nope. I ain't doing none of that. I'm gonna stick to it because I just showed y'all all sources saying exactly what I said. Y'all can't never show us the shit saying they was black.
Don't the sunshine heavy in Egypt? Look, it's close to Sudan. That shit be shining over there though, right?
Yeah.
So you gonna have dark skin over there, right?
Yeah, I ain't saying what don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it don't snow over there. It don't get cold in no damn
No,
in Egypt.
no, they're gonna have dark skinned people, light skinned, brown skinned people.
Yeah. But I'm just saying though,
What you saying?
it doesn't get cold over. They don't get cold over there.
I know what they got to do with what you trying to throw in.
I'm talking about pigmentation.
Okay, so what you think?
What I think?
Mm-hmm.
It don't. Hold on. Did he say it don't get cold in Egypt? You know how many desert lands in the Nile
cold in
Valley?
the desert, bro. The desert get cold as hell.
You know the mountains over there, bro?
They ain't
Nigga,
be living there though. Like, shit.
Hey, let me tell you something though. You know, there's desert in sub-Saharan Africa. That's way more than Egypt.
The what?
That is there's a place in. Let me find it for you.
That's no cap mountain.
Where is it at?
Are you saying there's more
No,
desert? It's what they call sub-Saharan Africa?
Yeah, it's more desert in this country in sub-Saharan Africa than it is in Egypt. I'll tell you right here. Hold on.
Yeah, I think I've seen a map on that before.
Shit, man, y'all niggas, boy.
Yeah, he done gave up. Shit, it's like shit. I think we vaccinated enough, as many as we can get.
Yeah, we did. I think
a lot of y'all asymptomatic. You know what I'm saying? But
I think we did a great job, yo. Yeah, yo. Hey, so I'm waiting for the sources like we just did. You feel me? You think I can get that?
No, I ain't got none.
They ain't gonna be able to do it. Oh wow.
Hey, I'm still waiting for one of your hard-hitting homeboys to show me some research that says consciousness is a byproduct of the brain, the physical brain. I'm still waiting for that.
All you gotta do is look up
neuroscience.
Look up.
Why people always tell somebody all they got to do, and you got a computer and all this phones, and you can look it up yourself.
I don't want we're gonna do a show on the brain on Sunday, so you can just tap in and we can build more on that. But if you want to learn more, I could just tell you. I could tell you a term. It's called look up consciousness as an emergent property of the brain. Just tap that in your computer, and then you come beat me up on Sunday. You feel? Are you doing a show on Sunday? Then come put hands on me.
Hey, let me ask you a question. So have you ever heard of integrated information theory? No, I'm just asking you a question. Pertaining to the brain. You ever heard of something called integrated information theory? Just check it out. That's all. I'm just helping you out, bro.
Explain it to me real quick.
Well, just check it out. Basically, being a part of a society, all your thoughts is integrated with information via other people. So by having this what basically the brain uses to create social constructs, human constructs, different ideas and things like that. Yeah, but just check it out. It's called integrated information theory. It's an actual theory that's out there. Just look it up.
That's a good one.
I've heard something about that before.
Yeah, and another one. I want to know where else. Where does the information in DNA come from? What's its origin?
The information in DNA come from?
Yeah, what's its origin?
You about to do the God there? You about to do that?
We ain't said nothing about no God.
It's 1:30 at night, nigga. It's not.
Man, we gotta go through a whole.
What's the origin?
Yeah, that's a whole.
Yeah, that's some homework right there. Where does the information in DNA come from? What's its origin?
God, yo.
What's the origin of information?
The creator. Let's get it simple.
That's a whole show. Like now, we do that, bro. We gotta start back at Luca.
We gotta start at Luca, right?
Man, that's a whole nother show.
Come on, yo. We gotta go to Luca, yo.
We couldn't start at Luca because Luca has information as well. So that's not where the information begins. But
I ain't doing nobody don't read. I ain't never read.
Exactly, my brother. Exactly. That's a fact.
Go back to 2 to 4 million years. 2 to 4 million years.
Brother, it's an origin. Like the brother just said.
I mean, what y'all think it is? I want to question y'all and put y'all on the hot seat.
Yeah, y'all teach, man. Shit,
y'all teach, man. What is it?
Well, I'll let the brother go first.
Go ahead, teach now, Valley
Go
Hebrew.
ahead, teach. Let me see when y'all jump off the planet. What? Listen real closely here. Somewhere along the line, they're gonna start flying and floating.
I think the origin is outside of time, space, and matter.
Whoop!
There it
He
is.
flew immediately, didn't
That's
he?
what I
There
think
it
it
is.
is.
Got straight
There
to
it
it,
is.
didn't you?
He got straight to the float
He got
game.
straight to it. Shit.
Well, science proved that it comes from clay.
Yeah.
No, science has not proven that it comes from clay. That is not true.
Yes,
Pseudo
Science
hour.
clay.
has not proven. Science has
Yeah,
not
science says
proven that
clay.
life can come from
The
non-living.
clay.
You have to
The
show us
base.
that source.
You know
Not
what
the
it is,
clay.
brother? They have no intelligent
Clay is
response.
the
They don't say
foundation.
that.
Clay is the foundation. According to science, clay is the foundation mixed with other proteins and neutrons, atoms, and all other stuff.
Man,
So
this nigga,
clay is the
hey, Sosa,
foundation
what
of
did you
human.
say?
I'm talking about human life.
This is getting interesting.
Well, yeah, but the problem is that clay
So
and
this
all those
nigga just say the
substances.
clay
How
like
does that turn into information?
Through the creator. That's my answer.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Go ahead, son
Okay.
child. He's out the game. You're the last one standing. Go ahead.
Okay.
If you float, you lose.
Can I say something else before I tell you my opinion on where information comes from? May I just finish with one thing first?
Nope.
And it seems as if it will only take a second. I think we've agreed that the reason Baval suggests aliens is because the pyramids point to Orion, in his opinion. The pyramids have mathematical mysteries that still have not been solved, and the construction techniques in the pyramid are still a mystery to us as well. And I think those are the reasons that people suggest that there might be alien intelligence. If anyone disagrees with that, let me know.
Yeah, just
Well,
so
yeah, I
because we don't
disagree
know
with that because it
something,
could
then
be just
aliens in it.
could be just human, could be human intelligence that did all of that.
That's not the question. The question is, are those the reasons that Baval suggests that it's aliens?
Oh, you said those were the reasons. You said
No,
those were the reasons.
I'm asking, can we agree that those are the reasons Baval suggests
Okay,
the
let's
aliens?
agree. Let's agree to that.
Okay,
Baval
do
didn't
we
say
all
that.
agree?
He just told you who
Okay,
said
let's
the
just
alien.
for the sake of the argument,
Let's
let's
take the
agree.
argument. Let's agree to it.
Let's agree.
I don't know what an alien. I don't know what an
Now what?
alien is.
Come on, we
Now
all
what?
agree
Okay.
with Dom.
So
Go
what
ahead.
Nigga, them
comes
little
next?
green man
Okay,
out
well,
space.
that's the end of it. I just wanted us to agree, unless someone has studied Baval more and knows the reasons that he suggests aliens other than the ones I just suggested,
He didn't
then
say nothing
present
about the
them.
aliens. You keep
Otherwise,
Based
we
on
have
what you
no.
suggested,
No, but
is
do you
that
agree with
proof
that? Do
enough
you
for
agree with
alien
Baval?
intervention? Based on everything you just suggested.
Do you agree with
This,
Baval?
this is now Valley Hebrew. I gave you some of the reasons earlier, brother, and I won't disagree with you on why Baval suggests certain things like that. Because first of all, they're not tombs. He goes into that.
Yeah,
You get
it's
what I'm
okay,
saying?
but do you agree with do you agree with that it's alien?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in this final pseudo hour.
I don't know. I don't agree or disagree. I just don't know.
Pseudos
I
take
just
over the
don't know.
show.
Well, okay.
What is the
Yeah,
alien? What do you
I'm
mean
with
by
that as
alien?
well.
I
I
don't
don't
know what
Pseudo
know.
you
judo
mean.
section.
No one, apparently, no
What is
one
the alien?
knows, and we'll have to leave it at that.
But I know
Now,
Babal's
if we can
argument,
go
but I
back
don't
to,
know. I don't know what's going on.
You do agree that it could be of just human invention itself, right?
What?
sure,
What is
For what
what is
reason?
the alien?
Let me play devil's advocate for a minute. For what reason would they build those and they're not tombs? For what reason?
Well,
Give me a reason why they will be. They're not tombs.
no, that could
No,
be
how
just
does
there's
just
just
a
monumental
theory,
construction. It could
there's a
be a social
theory,
project. It could be for a number of reasons. But that's
give me one.
that's not the point, though.
I think we need to ask Sunshine
I just
That
gave you
desert
one.
what is
is
the
called
definition of an alien. That way we can
Namibia.
see.
And Vivian, what about it?
I'm just
Yeah,
asking you guys.
um,
Is anybody
no,
willing to step out
that's
there
the
and say
desert I
it
was
was
talking about.
aliens?
It's about the same.
Y'all hear them chimes, right?
Yep.
Definitely in the magical thinking part of the show.
yes, we are.
Yeah, that's
Now,
the
there are
alien.
theories
You
of
hear no
why
scientific
aliens,
nothing.
would build the pyramids. There is a theory, not that it's my theory that I agree with it. I'm just saying that this is what's said.
For
What's your
gold.
definition of an alien?
Everybody put your hats on. Let's get it. Everybody put your hats on. It's
I
that time.
need to know his definition of alien.
definitely that time to show.
What's up?
It's that time to show where we pseudo judo, ladies and gentlemen.
Go get your hat. Go get your hat. Put your hats on.
It's that time to show. We wear the funny hats.
You know, guys, we can actually speak
on crazy, man. Look at this fool.
We can actually speak about things objectively without saying we agree or disagree. We're only speaking about this idea objectively.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the show where we put on our funny hats and we listen to the pseudo judo.
Look at this
Y'all
fool,
real
man.
close now. They're gonna say all kind of this and that. And they ain't gonna be confused. They're gonna get to fighting. We call it pseudo judo. Now I'm gonna sit back.
Speak about something objectively with no evidence. It's crazy.
They can't do it.
I just need to know what the definition of an alien.
Let him make his point though. Let him.
That way I can to God.
Go ahead, watch him. Go ahead, y'all conduct the pseudo judo train. Go ahead.
Right, but we do a lot of all right, I'll just speak.
Come on, real
Y'all can't talk over each other while y'all pseudo judo. Go ahead.
I just tell me real quick what was the alien.
I'm crazy, man.
Well, we have a few questions on the board. One is, what is an alien? Another is, why would they build the pyramids? And another is, the third question is, I forget the third question. Okay, which one am I answering first? What is an alien?
What's the definition of alien? Yes, that's all I need to know.
An extraterrestrial life, something that isn't, an extraterrestrial, meaning outside that isn't generated on the Earth, and may live somewhere else in our galaxy or universe. But it's pretty much an extraterrestrial life. Now, is there something that might say that aliens are not amongst us? There's that theory as well. Not that I believe it. I'm just throwing it out there objectively on what the arguments are.
Can we just talk about?
I believe it now.
But more generally, it's an extraterrestrial life. Now, what I've heard, not that I believe it or that it's my theory, one of the, if you want to call them pseudo arguments for why the pyramids were built, they were built as some kind of a GPS for these supposed aliens. That is, they are used.
That's Graham Hancock.
I'm sorry?
That's Graham Hancock. I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
Yeah, they all together though. Laval, Grand Hand Cat, all of them, they together.
Right. Right. And again, I'm only speaking about these things objectively. They're not my ideas.
Hold on, Madon. He talking to y'all that can't hear y'all.
Yeah, they can't. It's called pseudo judo. You ain't gonna never let each other talk. Why?
Technobab. Sound like Technobab. I can't.
Right. So again, I'm only speaking about these things objectively. I do not hold any of these as truths. I'm only speaking of them objectively.
Battle? What was we reading that at, yo?
No,
Round one. Fuck.
The third question is, where does information come from, in my opinion? I'll give you a scientific answer. The scientific answer is that information comes from intelligence. And intelligence, let me finish, please.
Where does DNA get its information? That's what he's talking about in terms of DNA.
Right. Where does DNA get its information from? Well, all information comes from intelligence, and all intelligence comes from a mind.
Now, that's not how the Hebrew speaking.
You need a brain to have a mind.
No, you don't need a brain to have a mind.
You need a brain to have a mind. Well, there's information or DNA running all throughout the universe. So the question is, where is the universe's brain?
No, now I'm agreeing with his brother at this point. Now this brother about to smash.
I'm answering your question. There is DNA and information throughout the universe. Where is the universe's brain?
Hey, what's your name, brother?
No, I don't know. Where is it at?
What's your name, brother?
My name is. I go by Sunchild.
Hey, Sunchild. This is Nile Valley Hebrew. I'm agreeing with you on that because I posed that question. I'm 100% in agreement with you on that. And these it's time to do pseudo judo on these pseudo fulos. Get them.
That's
Yo,
right.
hold on.
Pseudo being called what happens is being called pseudo is what's called an appeal to ridicule. It's a logical fallacy. What we don't understand and cannot answer
I asked you
ourselves,
a question
we
and you
call it,
answered
we
my question.
ridicule it, and
Hold on, let him
that is the
talk. Don't
problem
talk over me. He
here.
about to land his plane.
And an appeal to ridicule, what it does is it dismisses you.
Bro,
Yeah.
Even though
I
there
asked you
is,
a question and you
Hey,
answered me
can
with
you
another
talk, bro?
question.
You can't talk over the man trying to land his plane.
You've already like I don't need to
Man, can't nobody hear both of y'all at the same time. That's a fact, bro.
all right, I'll go ahead and listen to your
How you
question,
gonna
brother.
tell him a Nile Valley Hebrew? You know this social show though, right?
I didn't even know
Y'all
who that
niggas.
was speaking shit.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, man.
But
Y'all
I
wild.
just wanted to land my plane on
Sosa
that
know
before
he
you
right.
ask
Sosa
me.
know he right though, Unc. Sosa know he right. Sosa can't disprove that.
Golly.
can't disprove what? Where's the universe? He asked me where's the universe's brain? The hell?
That's the
No, he
question.
didn't ask you. He was explaining something. That was a rhetorical question. He
No,
didn't
I
ask you
asked
anything.
them, do you need I said in order to have a mind, do you need a brain? He said, I'm
Non-rhetorical
asking you a
When
question.
I asked,
Where's
He
the
said
universe's
no.
brain?
He said
well,
no.
that is a rhetorical question because it answers the question
No,
itself.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it.
Does the universe have a brain? No, but there's information in the universe, which means that a mind does not require a physical brain.
Hey,
Because
hey,
there is information throughout the universe.
Hold on. Sunchild. Hey,
Yes.
Sunchild. Yo, I do believe in aliens, right? But
Okay.
I know for sure
Oh,
they ain't built no
shit.
damn pyramids, man. They ain't built no pyramids, man.
You know for
But
sure?
the material, yeah, because the material to build that pyramids, you can find it right here on Earth, man.
Okay. Do you have a solution to the mathematical issues, the mathematical puzzles that are puzzling mathematicians for thousands of years? Can you solve them?
What is that?
What is that?
Well, why don't you take some time and Google that and Google mathematical mysteries of the pyramid, and also the construction technique of the pyramids that are still puzzling us today.
What, gotta put a
You know
heavy
why?
stone on top, nigga?
You know why? Because it's
They
none of
had
their
brains
business.
back then.
Just because we don't know something doesn't mean the alien did it. And let me read the definition. Let me read the definition of mind. Mind, the element of a person that enables them to be aware of the world and their experience, to think and to feel, the faculty of consciousness and thought. That's what a mind is, right? So, can you have a mind without a brain, right? And we know that the brain evolved, right? Everything that started off with a brain.
Well, we started off with discussing information.
Just said consciousness evolved, basically. I'm done.
Is there information in a cell?
What?
That information in that cell is DNA.
What is the brain? Does the cell have a brain?
What?
Does a cell have a
The
brain?
conversation that, like, I don't want to diverge. We're talking about, we talk about DNA. He says, where does that information?
A cell is DNA. That's what we're talking about. I'm asking you about a cell. Is there information in a single cell?
No.
Yes, it is.
There's
I'm talking about
not.
a mind. I'm talking about a mind.
What is a mind? A mind is information. A mind contains information. And information is a sign of intelligence.
Move past that, bro.
And intelligence is a sign of mind.
You can move past that.
Hey man, son kid, whatever his name is, man, he going way over your heads, bro. Facts. Way over there.
Tap in for the neuroscience conversation on Sunday, man. Tap in for the neuroscience conversation.
The mathematical issue, right? It was those Africans It was the laugh.
Again, this is an appeal to ridicule. This is what I've been saying.
I'm just saying
We use this a lot on the station. We appeal to ridicule, and I'm getting used to it, so I'm not even bothered anymore.
It's pointless, bro. I don't want to talk about something you don't hold true. Like,
truth is, they can't answer none of your questions, Sunshine.
Not valid. So now you gotta explain to me.
I'm gonna let Sunshine explain to you. Trying to explain it to you. You ain't listening to him.
Sunshine. You talked about DNA, so break that down for me.
I talked about the origin of information. I talked about where the information and DNA come from. It's the same thing. The origin of it.
Break it down. Where's the origin of it?
Sunshine, breaking it down for you.
No,
everything you said, I'm gonna say.
What's your Hebrew
give me that Hebrew.
Yeah, I gotta realize the pyramid is built on principles.
Sunshine, break it down again. I got so hard of hearing. Go ahead, Sunshine.
Let me say it for you slowly this time. According to the Big Bang Theory, the universe began without space, matter, and time. And out of this, whatever you want to call it, what they call nothingness, the universe began to expand and information came into existence. So, which leads us to believe that there's a mind that exists outside of space, matter, and time.
You got that one, bro.
Ooh, y'all.
Right, you got that.
Beyond that, as with the Big Bang Theory, we do not know what happened before the bang. All we can know regarding the mind is that it is.
Right, so
it has to be, because there's information, because there is not just information, there is not just.
All right, everybody freeze. Everybody freeze. Ladies and gentlemen, Techno Babble. What you've been listening to for the last 25 minutes is Techno Babble. Techno Babble is also called Techno Speak. Is a type of nonsense that consists of buzzwords, esoteric language, and technical jargon. It is common in science fiction. Bullshit. What's bullshit? It's a
you dead wrong, man. You dead wrong, bro, man.
Now look up
that man talking pure science, man. Because you don't like it, you want to call it techno babble.
That is all scientific.
You crazy,
man. They ain't having that technical babble. Hey, yo.
But let me ask you a question, Hold on.
If anyone can show me where information comes from without a mind, I'll change my mind. If you can show me.
I already said that. Why would I even argue that? I said that shit comes from the brain. The brain is the emergent property of the mind.
You turn them off.
I mean, that's brain. Like, why would I even argue?
Man, Techno babbled himself out of there. The black hole came and got him. You ain't even see about that. The brain, the thought between the brain and the. Hey, Sosa, could you tell these people that actually the brain didn't evolve to think?
Huh?
The brain didn't actually evolve to think like they're thinking. It just didn't.
Right.
Dealt with your body budget.
Body budget.
Not the thing. See, that's why they all is one and one is all. Your thought for your thought, it ain't had nothing to do with that. Like shit start out with brains and shit. They wild with that, yo. That ain't how that happened. The mechanism of the brain actually distributed way different, how different budgeting, okay, before you go pounce on this thing, how much energy you gonna use? Is you gonna be able to replace that without dying? Budget the things you're doing. That's what the brain was. And the bigger the brain, the bigger your body budget. The more complex the organism is, needs a bigger brain to just organize the budget. Like what should you do? So me doing this is eating up energy.
Yes,
right? Right. You mean the most ain't had shit to do with all the psycho babble, technical babble, y'all. That's why y'all gotta listen to the Pseudo Killas, man, Sunday, man. Learn about the brain. Ain't got nothing to do with none of the shit y'all think y'all talking about. Y'all wow.
All that shit come later.
Y'all love.
All that come later. Yo. Now he was chewing us up with techno babble.
I think it was eating y'all food, man.
Eating our food. Come on, man. Oh, wow. That was funny, yo. That was a good one. Juju, hit the link, yo. Hit the link,
Hey,
Juju. Told you, Juju. Hit the
So,
link.
Yeah, he definitely long. Brother,
so
definitely
you
long
saying
winded.
you don't believe in aliens?
No, what I'm saying is that I believe that there's life outside of outside of Earth. The
But you don't believe it
possibilities.
came and visit us?
What type of
No,
life?
I just said life. Right. Y'all start talking about
You talking about
complex life.
bacteria or something like that? What type
I'm
of
just
life?
saying this life.
Organisms.
I'm sure organisms. I'm sure there's other life. I'm sure of this. This based off. I'm
How
saying
about
it's
intelligent life? Is
more.
there intelligent life
Listen,
anywhere
no,
else?
it's more. You have a better chance of it being life than it not being.
That's a
That's what
better question.
It's more
Do you
probable.
believe there's intelligent life out there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
now
just
you
saying.
gotta say it. Now that's that word is
So you
subjective.
agnostic
Yeah,
about that. That sounds cool. That's cool. I can roll with that
It's
though. That's cool.
subjective
You
because like
agnostic about
is
it.
a bacteria intelligent? Is
I sure
bacteria
hell know
intelligent?
ain't Yahweh up there.
Subjective.
Even the
No,
Bible,
bacteria has intelligence behind it. And that's what the brother
Ain't no
son
Yahweh up
was
there,
like
boy.
on earth. I mean, nobody talk about no Yahweh, man. Get out of here.
Hey, now,
I'm
Valley, you
talking
and
about
Sunshine
Yahweh.
need a damn YouTube show now. Y'all right. Y'all on the same
Y'all rocking.
wavelength.
Anytime somebody brings something up about some questions y'all can't answer, y'all talking about God and Yahweh and all this, man. Stop it, man.
I mean,
This
you
the
ask the
boy way
questions
over
that.
your head. He burning y'all ass up. I don't give a damn what you said. If this was you and Kane on this tape, you got your ass whooped.
Hey, it's all good. It ain't the first time. I haven't had it
You ain't
before.
lying. You ain't
I haven't
lying,
had
yo.
it before.
They beat us down to their level. How they say, yo, never argue with a pseudo. He'll beat you down to his level. And how Anthony said, he'll beat you down to his level and conquer you with
I
confidence.
forgot the shit he was Hey, Juju says too full. They got probably like I think Chef sleep.
Yeah,
Kyle
Chef
probably
sleep.
sleep.
Where's Chef at? Where's Chef at? I know Chef
I
sleep.
think
Is Chef
Kyle
on here?
sleep.
Chef ain't on his.
Yeah,
That sleep. That nigga Kyle done drunk a 6-pack of Corona. He sleep.
Nubian KMT.
Let's kick Chef out. He's snoring
I
and
think
shit. Who else?
Kyle said I mean I think
Yeah,
Kyle
yo,
sleep.
snoring. He knocked out.
Madame Comet making clay pyramids.
They running around
Your
talking about what's
name
the
now, Valley.
mathematical equation. Well, I swear, yo. See, when you let them y'all just you give y'all an inch, y'all take a whole damn yard, yo. You
I'm
see that
saying like
so
soon as we talk about we talk about continents, we can go outside of space, time, and matter. Like God,
Sosa can't answer a damn
we can't.
question. He been getting
How we
slaughtered
gonna
all
examine
night.
something? How can we examine something outside of space, time, and matter? But how we gonna?
How we gonna do it?
No, I think the brother was just asking you
Right.
to use inference
What's
about
the what?
information versus the mind. Use inference. I mean, inference. We
Do you
infer a
guys
lot of things in life. We infer a lot of things.
do you
So
guys hold to the Big
know
Bang
is that
theory?
everything
product
in
of
the
our
universe is
minds.
moving.
Why can't there be like a
Everything is moving.
universal
Everything is
consciousness?
moving, so that proves a creator. Everything
I
in
ain't
the
trying to.
universe
I'm
is
not having
moving,
a
bro.
God.
Proves
I ain't having
creator.
a
So there
God
you have it
debate,
right
bro.
there. That's the answer.
That's your
Everything is
I don't
moving.
belief.
know if everything
I
moves,
said
but
if that's your belief, you can
things
hold
like
to
that.
that, bro. I'm not trying to take you. That's your
Not
belief. You stand.
about
I'm not gonna
I got
debate with
one
you.
question. Watch this. This is about to sum it
No,
all
no,
up.
no, no, no. Freeze. We got somebody on the panel. Y'all want to hear a woman's voice for a minute. Juju, what's up?
Man, I'm working hard.
Boy, they doing too much, ain't they, boy? We give them an inch. They took a whole
Oh
mile.
God. I'm almost done though. Nah, I got, work to do and I'm almost done with it. And then I gotta do some studying. But what's up to the panel? I see you got some friends. Hey, Gangster Brew. What you doing, Gangster Brew? I see you.
Man, you a nut, Jew. Go ahead.
I know he about to shoot somebody in a couple minutes. He get mad.
How you feeling, sis, man? You something? How you been? You been all right?
I'm doing wonderful. I feel great and I'm
Good to
healthy.
hear from you. Good to hear from you.
Gangster Brew.
See what you done started up, man.
Listen, he the most gangster, the most ghetto Hebrew I've ever met. I'm like, nah, nigga, you gangster brew. Sure.
Funny, yeah. That's definitely funny.
But let me say something to Madan. Like, so the important thing about being scientifically literate and like really immersing yourself in the sciences, period, the more you do that, the more that it tells you and shows you that there's no intelligent design. Natural selection didn't, choose us as Homo sapiens sapiens. Humans are exceptional. You get what I'm saying? Like, you learn all these
Okay,
things
do
by.
you
Let me finish. I'm not finished. Don't do that. You've been talking for a whole
right.
couple hours. I didn't even come on this panel to bother you, but I'm going to address it. Like, so, I mean, and these things are evident in everything that we discuss when we're dealing and talking about science, even when we're talking about the brain right now. And it will behoove all of you to join us on Sunday for the conversation. This is actually our third installment. Y'all actually missed a great piece of it, which is the foundational aspects of it. And now we're going to get into more of the complex stuff, dealing with neurons and a whole bunch of very intricately detailed scientific stuff concerning the brain. I mean, it's still a science that's working as we speak, but what we know is that the more that we immerse ourselves into these scientific topics, the more that it proves that, I'm not going to get into that. Okay, so
Get them,
there's
gangster
an
Jew.
evidence of a God, one, but
So can I ask the question?
it definitely shows us that there's no quote unquote intelligent design. I mean, nature takes the path of least resistance. As the science shows us this over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And some things that it shows us is not necessarily quote unquote intelligent. It's chance, it's haphazardly, it's serendipity. You get what I'm saying? So
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
go off
Can I ask
that.
you one question, man? Can I ask you
No,
one question? My question to you,
no,
Juju, would be:
no, you can't ask
do
me a
you know why
question.
Darwin?
You cannot ask me
One
a
question.
question. That's a pseudo tactic. Don't ask me no questions. No,
No, you know, well, no, right?
no,
It's okay.
no questions.
I'm not going. I'm not going to
No.
spank you too bad, but check it.
Nigga,
Do you know
wait.
why?
Pause.
Do you know Darwin?
Pause. You never in your life get a chance to ever spank me, so don't even think about it. But go off.
You talking about with the information, but do you
Nah,
know
you
why
stop
Darwin
talking.
came? Do you
That's
know why
like me
Darwin
saying
came
you're
up?
gonna get in the nigga's ass. That don't sound good. So use
No,
something else.
come on, sis. I'm just saying.
What? What the hell is going on? I can step away for 1 minute. What is going on?
I don't know what yo, but I'm getting with the information. Do you know why Darwin came up with natural selection? Juju?
Nope.
Well, let me tell
Darwin
you.
did come up with natural selection, Madame Kamat.
Hold on.
Man, he having a conversation. Let him talk.
Talk to his sister.
I mean, they always
Darwin,
mess it up. They say Darwin, the theory of
came up.
evolution.
No,
Nah.
I'm not.
No.
I'm
It
not
was
saying
the
that.
survival of the
Darwin.
fittest by way of natural selection. That was
No,
Darwin's thing to help.
No, I got the book. The reason Darwin came up with natural selection is this,
Read
right?
it.
Man,
Read
you
it.
ain't never read the damn book, nigga. Stop.
She said
Did
you
you
need
read
to
it?
Howl out he got the book.
Did you
I'm
read
telling
it
his
though?
reason.
I got a lot of
His reason,
books.
but let me finish though. The reason why he came up with natural selection was to disprove design. He said, "Okay, let me see if I can disprove the theory of design, because everybody's saying everything's design. So to disprove design, he came up with natural selection as a substitute. That's all he did. So I understood Darwin and why he did that and thought that, and that's the reason behind natural selection.
If he did that, then
To
that's the right way to
disprove,
go, because in science,
to
it's
disprove
about, that's
design,
what you
he
do.
came
You
up with natural selection.
That's what you do.
No, I'm just saying. I was
You try to falsify it, but
The
if you can't
algae you have
falsify
the
it,
same.
then it's solid, it stands firm. That's what you're supposed to do.
Hey, Gangster Jew, would you please tell him for the third time Darwin did not come up with natural selection? I don't know where Madonna getting this from.
He
And I'm not
did,
even a
man.
fan
He
of Darwin.
did. He did.
Right.
No.
Y'all gotta listen. It was survival of the fittest by way of
Thank you, Jew.
natural selection, dear.
Thank you, Jew.
Saying
What
that.
y'all talking about, man?
But either
Survival of the
way,
fittest. That's not what it was.
This really was about variation, how to explain variation
Oh hell
in
no,
species.
man. No.
You said, what
No,
Natural
he
was
was
selection.
trying
wrong?
to dispute design.
What?
He was trying to dispute design. That's why he came up with natural selection.
Hey, Juju, you messed me up with
Yeah.
that. What you say,
How
survival?
you
You didn't say
come up with
that.
something that's already there?
What you say,
Are
You
you
Juju?
cannot come up
serious?
with something that's already
You
there.
said
Point was about
Well,
survival of the
variation.
correct
fittest
it
by
then.
Darwin just
Correct
explained.
it then.
Come on, man. Everybody be quiet for a minute. Hold on. You said what? Survival of the fittest by natural selection? No, that ain't the theory.
Did I
Nope.
say
Now, Valley Hebrew, who are you
came up
suggesting
with?
came up
Not
with natural
Come
selection?
on, son. Child, I'm asking. Would you say, Juju?
nothing. I'm listening for correction. Go ahead and correct me, please.
About
He
what?
came with the theory. It's called the theory of natural selection, yo.
What?
Theory of evolution by way of natural selection.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying, show
I
it.
think
You know,
that's
I'm
what she said.
asking, show it.
Okay.
Huh?
I think that's what she was
Okay.
saying.
That's what she said. That's what you said, you?
No,
You
I'm gonna
said
let
the
you live though,
what you
because I
say?
know what I read.
You
But
read,
go
you
on.
thought you read no, he wasn't talking about the survival of the fittest. He was talking about the survival of the fit genes. You know that though, right? Of course you know that.
Okay. Of
Yeah,
course.
he
Yeah, I
wasn't
do.
talking about survival of the fittest like
But okay.
Yeah, but let's
no,
not
go ahead,
discount
dude.
survival of the
Come
fittest.
on,
Let's not
sunchild.
do. Let's
Relax.
not
I'm
do
trying to
that.
have a conversation with my sister, yo. Relax. The pseudo judo hour is over with. What was you saying, Jude?
No, I was listening. Wait, I'm listening for correction, sir. I
No,
ain't
I
saying
want to
nothing.
say that I want to know what you think it was. I want to make
No,
sure.
no, no. I
Make
probably
sure.
got it wrong, but I'm gonna correct myself. But I could have sworn that's what I
Go
read.
ahead. What you say it again?
But I understand when he said that means fit genes. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But I know that people
yeah.
like to misconstrue that survival of the fittest to mean something else.
Yeah, you got that right. Yep.
It's implied in the theory by Darwin when he said the civilized race.
All right, man.
Central. You so
Start
out of
lying.
whack. But let me say
Start
this
lying.
last thing, Bobby Banger. Can I go ahead and say
Go
this
ahead.
last thing?
Yeah, of course you can.
So, I just want to remind everybody to please join us here on Pseudo Killas platform. Sunday, we're going to be starting around 6:45 p.m. and we're going to be doing the third installment on, the intricacies of the development and the function of the brain. And then I want you to also put into your date book on Wednesdays. We're going to be doing that at 7 p.m. And it's going to be Our Galaxy and Beyond with Anthony and Juju. And we're going to be dealing with when two neutron stars collide. So please join us for those two amazing programs here on Pseudo Killas, because we are, doing our due diligence to basically rewrite the narrative, to reconstruct the conversations that have been had in the community. We want to bring you content that's actually helping us become more scientifically literate. And that's actually something that we can apply to our real lives. Thank you, Bobby Banger.
It's all good, man. You know what it is, man. We about to get the hell up out of here, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so here you go. Charles Darwin, Encyclopedia of Internet Philosophy. Here you go. We see what it's called right here. Let me share the screen, get it straight.
Go ahead.
All right.
Let's get it straight.
All right.
Did you like that title, Bobby? You ain't even catch it, did you?
What was the title? Hit me again.
Our Galaxy and Beyond.
Yo, wow. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy, a peer-reviewed. So this is good. This beat up all the fake claims y'all talking about the Egyptians and thinking they didn't. Whatever. Charles Darwin, primarily known as the architect of the theory of evolution by way of natural selection. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, he was 73 when he died.
Yeah, I don't know. That ain't my main man, but you know what I'm saying. He definitely.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize. They don't say Darwin to the brother. They don't say Darwin created natural selection. He can't create natural selection. The brother said Darwin created natural selection,
No,
and I said
no. He identified the mechanism.
I said Darwin.
he just identified something like he didn't.
No, I just said that Darwin came up
He
with the
went on the
theory of
Galapagos.
natural
He went on the
selection.
Galapagos Islands and he looked at the finches and stuff like this.
Bro, He came up with the theory of natural selection to debunk the theory of design. Everybody saying everything was by design or creator. So Darwin came with his theory of by way of natural selection, like just brought up and proved. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I don't disagree, or nor do I agree. I don't have no dog in the fight that he did it for to improve design. But what I'm saying is he did not come up with
Hey
natural.
man, y'all know what it is, man. Hey man, we at that time, yo.
Gotta keep them coming. There's a road of dice. But nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
Money. Y'all know what it is,
but
man.
Nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
Hey man, it's that time, man.
Better motherfucking move. First things first,
better move that cash app. Doing. Hey.
Gotta keep them
Funny hat.
There's a road of dice. But nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
But the money. Yeah, y'all know what time it is that day. But the move. Hey. Hey.
But nothing better motherfucking move.
And way too comfortable.
Shoot another invoice.
Hey.
If I 9 need to get Royce.
Hey.
Let her shine. It's the kid choice.
Kid
My
choice.
humble pie was a big moist.
Big moist.
Told me to do it big, bro.
Do it big, bro.
How you did, bro?
How you did it, bro?
Ain't living how you live, bro.
How you living?
You hear me knocking, let me in, bro.
Let me in, bro.
Speaking the light every time that I speak in the mic. The electrolyte, Peter light that's giving you light. See what's done in the dark, go come to the light.
Hey.
Raising you taking the heavenly flight.
Get them lights
See,
up.
The Glock is clipped up, the blunts is all woods, the insurance paid up, my bitch is fed good, the dice in my hand, I
Y'all know
smile
what
as
it
I
is.
should, cause I'm about to roll a fucking first things first, I
First.
want it, freaks out a hundred,
Uh-huh.
dummies, edible place for the
Lights
gummies,
up.
gotta keep them coming, there's a roll of dice, but nothing better motherfucking move
But the cash ain't money. Y'all know what it is, man.
But nothing better motherfucking move but
Move.
the money.
Yeah, ain't nothing better move but the money.
But nothing better motherfucking move. First things first, I corner, freaks out a hundred.
Man, hit that cash app, man. Y'all see what it
Edible
is,
place for the
man.
gummies, gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice, but nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
Money. Y'all know what that is.
But
Hey.
nothing better motherfucking move but the
Move.
money.
That's right. Nothing better move but the
But nothing better motherfucking move.
Move.
Huh. With the dice at the crap table, back able to give advice, I'm back stable, back able to take a knife at a bad angle. Fuck niggas, do-rag, get them all strangled in the ring like I'm Kurt Angle, hurt ankle, lead a boot with the cords tangle, Mike Mangle. They just near mad than a bitch, they all angry, but the bread coming in rolls is all gravy. Tenders on the strip, bringing fries is on daily, plus the strip is really online, it's on daily. Soon as I get the first line, it's on daily. Po baby, Jasmine Rice, yellow bone lady, gon' page me, yo lady, po baby, late 80s, green circles, close friends, don't page me. Wanna blaze with me under the shade tree? Cause a nigga know for rolling fucking first things first.
First,
all the honeys,
funnies.
edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice, but nothing
Hey.
better motherfucking move.
But the move, but the cash ain't money. Hey man, hit them lights up, man.
Motherfucking move, but the money.
Yeah. Nothing better move but the motherfucking
But
money.
nothing better motherfucking move. First things first, I corner, freaks out of honeys, dummies. Edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice, but nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
But the money. Hey.
But nothing better motherfucking move but
Move.
the money.
Money. But the
But
cash
nothing
ain't
better
money.
Motherfucking move.
But the cash ain't money. Get the likes up, man. Y'all been listening to the shows, yo. We did 4 shows tonight, man. Right like we supposed to, man. It's the Pseudo Killas, man. Pseudo Killer official. Sosa, Juju, man. They're gonna have a powerful show this Sunday, man. Make sure y'all be there to support. You want to say something about the show, Sosa, on Sunday, man? No, that's just special.
Yeah, man. Sunday, man, we're dealing with the brain, man. Neuroplasticity. We're gonna deal with other parts of the brain. We're gonna deal with dopamine, man. Tune is gonna be a good show, and y'all can bring them consciousness questions on Sunday, man. We'll dig into that.
Yeah.
Peace.
How about you, Juju?
Yeah, just see us on Sundays and Wednesdays. You feel me?
Yeah, they're gonna be there doing their thing, yo.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate all the love, man. Y'all get the likes up, man. Even the likes up with the pound of people watching, man. Appreciate the daggone cash apps, man. Appreciate everything, yo. It's been a long ass daggone Friday. But guess what, y'all? I'm your host.
Freaky Fridays.
Where we wear the funny hats. And we beat up, we give them the pseudo moment, pseudo judo, techno babble at all time high. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, Pseudo Killas, signing out. We out. Nothing better move. But the Cash App money and them damn likes. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.